Hey, man, Dave's not here. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Hulk and Spaceshot show. I'm glad to see everybody here. Came in with a little bit of up and smoke, a little bit of Cheech and Chong, because it's been that kind of morning this morning with computer problems and whatnot there. Monitors not working out there with the coat hanger and the duct tape and some tinfoil. I got it working, dude. We're absolutely good. We put it together, and it's gonna work, dude. So let's smoke on. How we doing, Mr. Space Shot? Good morning, Saturday.
Good morning, Sunday morning. And somebody in the chat is either being jokey or confused. Tanya, it says it's Sunday. I think it's Saturday, dude. I don't know, man. Like, what's going on, man?
I don't know. What my wife texted me yesterday morning, about 9:45, says, "Have a great show." I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like panicked for like a good 3 minutes. I'm like, wait, I did the show. I did it last night. And I went and looked, it's frickin' Friday. And then I tell her, well, it's Friday, but I love you anyways.
Yeah, it happens, dude. Time is a flying as well. To me, it seems like, I can't believe half of this year is done almost. Start of the 6th month already, and for me, it's super, super flying along.
Well, it's birthday celebration this entire month. What do we have? We had on the 25th last month. It was the son's birthday. So he is now officially 17.
Oh shit!
Yeah, 17. He's going into his last year of high school. And then the girl, she's already 19, but her birthday is Sunday. This Sunday, yay! And then my birthday's on the 16th, and then the Father's Day is, I think, the following Sunday on the 21st or something like that. So yeah, we got like a whole bunch of celebration shit going on. So we're going to Vince's Spaghetti out in Ontario, California, world famous spaghetti that's been there for umpteen amount of years. We'll be enjoying some platefuls of spaghetti and whatnot there. So that'd be great.
Oh, my son would have a feast over there, dude. Anything pasta, spaghetti, anything pasta, mac and cheese, ziti, elbows, celentani, whatever. Pasta is his thing. So yeah, he would be loving that for sure. But yeah, all my birthdays are in November.
Oh, really?
November.
Well, yeah. Well, it's summertime here for us in California, so that's when all the kids come because it was a cold winter, I guess.
Yeah, and it's I got a feeling like I don't know. Half of me thinks it's gonna be like a really hot summer, but then I'm like, well, it kind of should be warm right now already too, because technically it's June, so it should be pretty roasting, but it's not yet. It was 91 yesterday here. It's 80 today.
What are we going to get up to over here? I'm just wondering.
I
haven't had a chance to look. Anybody want to guess what I'm going to get my temperature up to out here?
But it's a dry heat. I love it when people
It's a dry heave. It's only 81 today. It'll be a little overcast.
New Mexico and Arizona. It's like, oh, it's 120, but it's a dry 120. It's just not the same. It's like,
well, the humidity, right? When it's up around 80, 90%, 85 humidity, it's kind of like, sitting outside at 115. I'm just saying, it's kind of like the same thing when you compare the two itself. But, I've been to high humidity areas and it's not fun.
No, we usually
it's not fun.
High humidity here too. Thankfully today it's only 60% humidity. But yeah, it does usually get, a lot of times it gets into the 70s and 80s in humidity. It's like, oh boy, it does have a big effect on things for sure. But we'll see how things play out this summer. I don't know. I'm not an almanac, so I can't tell you for sure.
Well, we got the whole super El Nino cooking off the Pacific coast out here, which is supposed to be very interesting for Southern California. Normally, when I remember the last time we got it, it was just blow dryer heat, real dry, no wind, didn't have a lot of a strong winter, just like we had now. And the snowpack is falling. So, of course, Lake Powell and the rest of the lake system and river system for the Colorado Basin is pretty much dry. So it's going to get interesting. And then we had a really smack in the face. What do they call that? The Pineapple Express, all the moisture coming up from Hawaii into Southern California drenched the hell out of us. And then we made up all the rain in like 1 year. So yeah, the water's been steadily declining. The last time that, Lake Powell and the river system was really totally full was in the early 80s when it flooded. And then back when I went to Lake Powell in like 07, it was, I don't know, maybe 75% full. And then right now, I think she's hovering down around like 28% full right now.
Nice.
Watch the water.
Yeah, dude, it's like, you know what I'm dealing with now? Me and my son, which is every single year. Well, since I was 23, I'm now 49. And so every year since I was 23, I got nailed with allergies. And now this is the week or the couple week period in which I essentially have to like batten down the hatches in the house because Mother Nature says, oh, you want to cut down our rainforest and all our trees and stuff? Hachoo. I'm going to start making some more hachoo, hachoo, hachoo. And all these friggin' little bits of pollen that are everywhere. Well, here in Rhode Island anyways, they're like a light, yellow-green film that gets on your car and these microscopic pollen, and they are freaking everywhere, dude. So for us, now my son's starting to feel it. He stayed home on Thursday, I think it was, and we were arguing whether, every year, because the same thing. I'm like, dude, you don't remember. I do, because I remember taking you to the doctor every friggin' year around this time. And then the other time we used to take him to the doctors was right around the time when we would basically start using the heat in the summer. And then that was another allergy thing. But every time they told us now, like, oh, double up on the Claritin or whatever, and he'll be better from there. But yeah, we're basically batting down the hatches so we don't have the pollen come in. Because I can go out there and swipe my car with my finger, build up some pollen, and like put it on my wrist. And like in a couple minutes, you'll see what will look like a big ass like a bee sting or something like that. The skin actually affects or gets affected by it. So
you should smoke it.
Bad. Put it in a bowl, smoke it up.
I mean, dude, go talk to Hunter Biden, dude. I mean, it probably smokes better than Parmesan cheese.
I've probably smoked more Parmesan cheese than anybody in the world. Not bragging.
That comes up to our first video. Might as well just break it right off the habit and just,
I smoke weed all day, every single day since I was 20 years old, maybe something like that.
20.
Yeah. I equate it to shoes or glasses. Like, are shoes like a crutch we use, or are they a thing that we have culturally decided to make our lives easier and better? That is exactly how weed is to me. Could I not wear shoes? Probably. Could I not smoke weed? Probably. Would I just much rather smoke weed all day? Yes. I smoke weed all.
So that's pretty much me with my injury and those sort of things. That's pretty much me every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But I equate it to Tylenol. That sort of thing is a maintenance thing. So, it's not like the stoner high. I'm just sitting in the couch. I'm going to go hang down in the mom's basement. No, I got to get up and go do a show. I need some coffee and my arm hurts.
Here, hand
you get
daddy,
what I'm saying?
Here, hand daddy is lighter. He needs his medicine. No, it is medicine. It is pain control for sure on certain stuff. Back in the 60s and 70s, I doubt you could say the same thing because the strength wasn't there. It wasn't even close. But some of the stuff nowadays with the dabs and the oils, it's like, yeah, that stuff's better than taking, what I remember taking Vicodins being, you know what I mean? Like it numbs your body. So the oil for me, and I was actually talking with Bree about it the other day about like the difference of if you smoke, say, like leaf versus oil, it's two different feelings for me anyway. You know what I mean? It's like your body gets almost like you're saying, like a numb or a healing type of feeling. Excuse me, there's that allergies again. With the oil, and then for the leaf, for me, it's more like a heady feeling, like mixing your head up type feeling.
Huh. Yeah, please no links in into the chat, please, for those things themselves. So if you want to post something, I recommend to go out to the show link. We're going to get to that over here in a second. But I just wanted to see what the audience thought of the whole thing, and where you guys at. Do bong rips count, Keck? United 82, yes, I guess a wake and bake would work on there, depending on what your standard of what do they call that, of your level of acceptance of it, I guess.
Yeah, I can't do that anymore. I just, when I was younger, yeah. But again, I'm not in pain. You know what I mean? I don't have I don't have a hand or an arm that's in many pieces that it shouldn't be. But
I got smashed into the ground. Yeah.
Hulk had a fight with the ground, and the ground won. And
it's still there.
I think it's undefeated though. In your defense, I think the ground is undefeated.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with you.
Not too many people.
I was winning until that sudden stop at the bottom.
It was winning all the way down until I hit that snap. But yeah, like in the morning for me now, when I was younger or whatever, that's like if you didn't have nothing to do, whatever. But like, for me, it would just ruin my day. And it is, I think it's very much, it gets a very bad name as far as like, if you do this, then you're going to be like this. No, it's not really like that. It's like, well, if you're a person that's out and doing things a lot, then you're going to continue to do those things a lot. If you're a lazy person, you're going to continue to be lazy. I think it just amplifies whatever you naturally are, right? If you're lazy, it's going to amplify your laziness. If you're a person that goes out and does a bunch of different stuff, you're going to continue to do those different things. But for me, too earlier in the day, nope. I would just sit there and, like you said, on the couch and be like, nums.
No, that me'd be like, dude, give me a little bit of caffeine and I'm ready to go go to town, go to work, go play video games or start running around, those sort of things. That's what it does to me. So
go build something. Yeah.
The CJ, let me read this right. CJ13 says our rock band group was named Wake and Bake. And I'm assuming you're talking the plastic guitar group over there. I did go down that road over there and spent a few years in those early 2000s playing that game. So that was a lot of fun. I had probably 300 songs on Rock Band.
Oh, damn.
They were given away for free. You just had to go and to their little website on the Xbox and download them and shit like that. And they had some pretty cool freaking cool tunes.
Yeah, that was a fun game too. I used to like playing the guitar part of it.
Guitar, drums. I went through three drum sets at my house. And I noticed that people stopped drinking alcohol then too, because they wanted to keep the rhythm together, make sure they didn't fall out of the game.
True.
I need to go get a quick refill of coffee. Let me run downstairs and grab my thing, and I'll be right back. Hold on.
Hot makes me stupid. Played high school and college football and rode bulls for 13 years. Just get up and keep moving. NC Cheney wrote. Yeah. And then that's another thing I've noticed too. In response to, let's see, what was it? Darling USA responded to John M.F. Kennedy, says, I take that over weed myself. I think they were talking about alcohol. And that's something I've noticed, that either people generally are drinkers or smokers. And then you have some people that are drinkers and smokers. But I tend to see mostly people pick one or the other. And then some indulge in both or all of the above. But I would tell you, for me, I would personally rather, let me bump that one up. There we go. Boom, boom. How's that? I would personally rather drive in a car. Would you guys rather drive in a car with somebody that smoked 3 joints or drank 3 beers? 3 strong beers or 3 strong joints? That's a tough one, right? I've seen I've seen the bad in alcohol and what that can do for sure. But I have also seen TV shows where they test different people One person is a person that smokes every day, all day. One person that smokes occasionally, and then one person that smokes like never. And they took them out to like a driving course and had them do essentially, like a little race course. And the person that smoked all the time, breezed through the course, no problem. And then the person that, like never smoked was like hitting everything. And the person that smoked sometimes was kind of in the middle. So that was a pretty funny one. Just shows you of how people's comfort level can be to some of these things. Can't wait to see what...
What's up?
Duck butt. Smokers don't have to go pee as often as drinkers do.
Yeah. Science.
In
Sorry,
tests,
I got
smokers always drive the best. Van Halen wrote. Well, that's what I was talking about. Some people are drinkers, some people are smokers, and I think usually people tend to pick one or the other. And then you have some that occasionally will drink and smoke, but usually I tend to tell people usually pick one or the other.
I got sidetracked by this thing. I put it up on the chat window for everybody to see. She was a little lonely downstairs, so she made sure that she wanted to come up with me up into the room where I'm streaming at. Meow. Overload cuteness there.
Meow. So we got a show right now. Meow. What's the matter? Don't you speak English?
Hold on a second.
Meow.
It's clawing something.
What's the matter? Don't you speak English? Meow. Is that a no? Meow. Alrighty.
Yay. Cinder cat. Little Cinder. Little cuteness over here. Overload cuteness.
Cinder block.
She's over there making noise right now. Playing with something. Oh, it's so cute. She's what, 4 months, maybe 4.5 months old? So she's getting along with the other older cat that's 9 or whatever, that's, kind of fat, lazy, and doesn't really care. And they sniff each other in the face, and they stopped growling every so often. But the little one wants the older one to play, and the older one wants to do that about 10% of the time. And the other time it just finally gets pissed off and lashes out. And then, this one's like, that's all you got? You don't got no more? Let's keep going. And, gets pissed and walks off. That's pretty much the way it works with those two.
The older one says no. Dude, I've never heard this phenomenon before. Cisco says, cannot do alcohol and pot in the same 24-hour period. I'll puke. True story. Oh, I've never heard that one.
Well, if I do a whole bunch of alcohol and then smoke a bunch of weed, then I'll throw up and I'll be sick. But if I do it the other way, then I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. So I've run into that particular issue itself.
I can't even tell you the last time I've had a drink of alcohol. Like I couldn't even put a ballpark on it, dude, for you, to be honest with you.
I might have a beer or so with some Modelo, eating some Mexican food or something like that. I mean, maybe 2 at the most in a night, but that's about it. I don't go that far into alcohol. Plus, if I drink too much, it just makes me wake up in the middle of the night sweating. So that sucks.
I just never been a big beer guy. And let's be honest, I mean, some people like the taste of it, but I mean, personally, it's not an enjoyable taste. Like, you drink it to get screwed up. You know what I mean? You don't drink it because, oh, wow, it's delicious and beer tastes so, so yummy. It's like, for me, it's not. It never was like a delicious thing. It's like, oh, you drink it so you feel weird.
There's some good alcohol out there. Mystery Rob says, coffee and pot is the greatest. Oh, you guys are funny out there. So anyways, we get into some other back into our weed stories and all those sort of things, because, just to kind of put this out here for a little bit, because we all remember these guys out here, and I wanted to kind of think on how much weed and drugs these guys are on. I mean, just look. Look, these are people in Congress just walking around.
Feeling, Leader McConnell.
I mean, Nancy Pelosi's drunk. It's got the bad case of brain fog over here. And then what the hell kind of drug makes a guy grow 4 inches here, dude? I mean, seriously, there's some weird crap going along in our government over here, dude. These weird drugs that are going on.
Dude.
You remember that?
Oh, dude, I do. He came out looking all sorts of tall, and everybody was like, wait, why does he look like a giant all of a sudden? And then you even have recently, she's like talking about him having a seizure on stage. It's like, wait, is it to the time where she separates herself from him? Okay, already we're already there. Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
she's just really excited. That's why he's taller.
Put some lifts in his shoes. No biggie. All you conspiracy theorists, you see all these weird things, and there's just like 6-inch lifts in each of his shoes. No big deal. Overnight.
It's Pixie Lane 1. Coffee and weed is the best combo. I call it hippie speedballing. I'm high functioning stoned. That was funny. I thought that was funny. Well, that comes back. Yeah. Speedball. Speedballing hippie. So that comes back to this science side of the show itself, because we just poked a bunch of fun in the front half of it, and there was actually a point to the whole thing right here. Would you like to start reading right here?
Yeah, but I'm wondering what John M.F. Kennedy does for a living. He says, my work has always involved urine and hair tests. Okay. Nicholas Hulcher. I got my very crude joke that I could give about my doctor there, but let's see. Advanced Alzheimer's patient regains speech, memory, and bladder control after single psilocybin dose. An 80-year-old woman with advanced Alzheimer's who had barely spoken for years experienced rapid and sustained improvement after taking 5 grams of psilocybin mushrooms. Dude, where do you sign up, bro? Right? Give me some psychedelics and let's rock and roll. An 80-year-old woman with advanced Alzheimer's who had barely spoken for years experienced rapid sustained improvement. Okay. During the acute phase, she entered a prolonged deep sleep-like state with profuse sweating. Roughly 19 hours later, she spontaneously combusted. All right, I lied. She spontaneously started talking again for hours, sharing detailed autobiographical memories she hadn't expressed in years. Over the following days, her family reported improved memory, walking, emotional connection, speech, and regained bladder control. After 1 month, bladder control remained restored, and she was still functionally improved compared with baseline. While this is just one published case report, the implications are enormous, given that there are currently no approved medications known to produce effects like this in advanced Alzheimer's. These findings urgently need replication for millions watching a parent or loved one disappear to Alzheimer's. Even the possibility of restoring lost function warrants serious scientific investigation. Wow, dude.
So
That's
what they're saying here is, when somebody goes through an event like this, it kind of rewires the neurons in the brain to make new pathways to bypass any malfunctioning or damaged ones, and then it kind of repairs itself, is what they're finding. So the cognitive collection of the mind is basically reordered when you go through, I'd say not a mild event, a pretty heavy event for these things to happen out there. For doing what she do, 5 milligrams? Yeah, 5 grams, dude. That's quite a bit, to be honest with you. Dude, you're going to have some fun. So I just find this interesting, because this also comes back to the thought process of what Joe Rogan was talking to Trump about, made the phone call that he wrote the executive order on, that it would help the service members with the PTSD, on helping with them rewiring their particular brain, because it's the exact same function we're talking about here as what they're going to be doing for those warfighters that are kicking in doors. So this is, what's that?
With the ibogaine, right?
Yeah, I don't remember the name of the drug, but it's the same. It's the same type of thought process of getting repaired somebody's brain on the rewiring out there, without going through some crazy drug trials and getting into psychology and all that sort of stuff. Doing it natural, and the brain repairs itself. Just give it a little fuel.
Interesting. So, dude, yesterday I jumped on with News Treason, Dave News Treason, and Rambo, and we had Belushi on, and Scotty from Beer at the Parade. And then afterwards, I jumped onto his Zoom call, and this was a very interesting little chat, because within that, he had a Michelle Doke on Fire give us a little story. Do you remember, dude, IET? He was on. He's been on Twitter. He made many accounts that he did had a lot of followers or whatever, and I think he was a chiropractor, right? And so she told a story about, I guess his health started failing really badly, and they were doing some of this other stuff. So this is not like mushrooms or anything along these lines, but there's some certain technique that they're doing that's also kind of revolutionary as well. And I would love to maybe see if I can link up with Scotty and get Michelle and Tim maybe on here to talk about that, because they're saying they actually need more people to learn this technique to start healing people. So that's like on a different side of things. But this right here is very interesting.
Just so you know, just so I'm right, how are they doing it?
So they're doing. So this I'm saying this is a separate thing altogether, because this is right here. This is like rewiring your brain, and I think the psilocybin mushrooms plus the ibogaine do that in a certain way. What they're doing is a certain technique with in chiropractic. I don't know, how do you say that, in chiropractic practice. That they're doing some certain technique that's having like amazing results that people are seeing, because apparently he got to a point where he was he had some severe, and I don't want to put his stuff out there, but let's just say he had some health issues that they couldn't really figure out, and they went to this one guy, and all of a sudden within short order the guy was like, okay, how you feel now? And he was like, oh my word, apparently he had vertigo, like to the point where if you stood up, everything starts spinning and whatever. And they couldn't figure it out, and then this one person essentially did it through some form of chiropractic, treatment that doesn't take very long or whatever. But I guess there's only a handful of people in America that are doing this, and she's like, dude, there are a lot of people that are suffering that we need to heal of this, and we need more people to learn the technique to help other people. I think it comes down to nerves and this, that, and the other. But this stuff right here, is bananas, because it basically makes your brain start rewiring itself. I think it's almost very similar to how my body has rewired itself to kind of reject high fructose corn syrup, dude. I told you how I took a sip of like sweet tea a couple weeks ago, or I was about to take a sip of sweet tea, but as soon as like the drink got into my mouth, it tasted like the equivalent of like eating bad food. As soon as I put that sip in my mouth, I was like, oh, this is spit it right out. It literally tasted like bad food. So my brain has been rewired to not be eating high fructose corn syrup since February, with dramatic results. Are you muted?
Question for you, sir, from B2B says, I thought Mike said on TOT that there would be no show today. I think that was yesterday.
Yesterday.
Did you say there was going to be no show? Yeah.
Yesterday. But I said, yep, I'll be back with Hulk on Saber Bay. And I think, I don't want to get it wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm correct. I don't know if he's listening or not, but if you are, happy birthday. I'm 99% sure it's Matrix Codebreaker's birthday today. So happy birthday out there.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. So, dude, I think we need to test this.
Take mushrooms on live stream. Is that what you're saying? I don't know how well that would turn out.
I think we need to. Dude, do you think we even turn the live stream on?
Hell yeah! I know I can make it that far. It might be a shit show. It might even be a black screen, but I guarantee it'll be on.
Be like, yeah, just sitting there staring. Like, Hulk, what do you think? You're just not saying anything. Like, are you muted? No. You're not saying anything. Yeah, give me a minute, man. Hold on. This thing's talking to me over here, man.
Other than that, I've been playing a little bit of that golf game last night. So that's pretty fun and entertaining itself.
We're going to get into some of that this weekend for sure.
And then just to let you know, when you turn up the from perfect shot to amateur, it's a totally different game. Just as a FYI over there, because I totally ruined a hole.
Yeah, it gets difficult.
It's like
it can get very difficult.
So yeah, it's a lot of fun. Let's keep going. As we get into there, I see you guys visiting the show link out here. So make sure that you get out here, vote for a song, leave a song out here. Hey, cuteness, stop that.
Ooh, and pin that comment, Hulk, and remove your Table of Titans pin comment because everybody goes to the.
No,
other
you don't
one.
need to remove it. You just pin one the entire time because you can only have one pin comment at a time.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
See, it's up there in the top. What are you gonna? Sorry, I gotta pay attention to the little furry butthole walking around.
Leave your comments, and we will do Dominion voting for later. And the link is in both of my description box for Hulk's Twitter. And then you just go to the top comment, Hulk and Spaceshot Show, and leave your link for the show, and then like another song. And I know everybody likes their own song too. But that's fine. That's fine. We know.
Let's get into the videos that come out for the ones of the so-called practice operations that they were doing over there in Pasadena, California. Those videos have finally dropped out there. So normally they'll have the news media or whatever going, yeah, you can set up over here. We're going to do our operations over here. So then you can go ahead and record this. But we have this entire restricted area about 3 miles over here that nobody gets to go in. So you can't go over there. You guys all have to stay over here and watch the big, expensive, these little birds with these special blades on them. It's all practice. Just in an old hospital they don't use no more.
What area is that, Hulk?
This is Pasadena, California. I'm going to bring down the audio on it. All it is helicopter sounds. But these are all the top dollar Black Hawks and little birds and stuff like that. So this is all special teams, special ops, those sort of things as they're running their operations, coming in and out. They've been running this for at least a couple of days out here, doing operations out here. So it's just not one night. They did it a couple of nights and shut down areas here. So I just find this interesting. Because they went to several locations, just not one. We could scrub through some of this. What if they get to the fighting inside? So that's on that side. So yeah, interesting stuff. Oh, that's Long Beach.
Oh,
That's Long Beach exercise, not Pasadena. Oh. Well, isn't that special? That's not where they said that we got the warning on that they were going to do operations in Pasadena, California. That one's in Long Beach.
I guess it's better than also happened at Pasadena at the Haunted Hospital.
Yeah.
At least it seems like it's a little bit more training than, say, the Guatemalan Center years ago.
Yeah, totally an exercise. So yeah, they're going on. So yeah, that was happening. What else do we got out here? Ran by this, as long as we're talking about weird, expensive flying technology going around. This made the rounds. In the new Area 51 article, Flying Video Shows posted. So they don't know if this is like the new version of their F-47 or whatever they're coming out with.
What is that?
But these videos here.
What is it? Do you see it, Connor? Triangle. It's a triangle.
So they're shooting it with two cameras. This one is a super bright one with the light across the front of it, and then the one on the left is actually tracking what it looks like an infrared or, those sort of things.
What am I looking at? Is that like a helicopter?
No, it's a jet.
It's a huge jet. What are you seeing,
What
Connor?
is that?
This is crazy. I don't know what I'm looking at.
What the
Oh my gosh.
Lots of descriptive.
no way?
Holy bleep, what the beep?
It has a huge headlight.
That's the thing I noticed is how far that light goes out the front of
What
it.
is happening?
Nice halogens.
It's a Volkswagen and some swamp gas.
What the
Got going towards
is
another
it?
light.
It is.
Wonder how many times they're going to say, what is it?
It just turn around.
No, it's still flying away from them.
No, but see the bottom
No
one?
contrast.
No contrail?
Go scrub back like 20 seconds. Look at the left footage. It looks like it was pointed the other direction.
What is it?
No, it's still going the same way the entire time.
Oh, maybe
Away
because we're
from
getting a
them.
different angle.
It's our
Yeah, okay.
70.
Just keep flying away.
I
So
don't see anything.
I think in the
About-
beginning it was going like more left to right, and I think towards the end it was going more like away from us. Wild.
yeah,
Huh?
yeah, that is wild. New UFO stuff. No shrooms involved.
Not yet.
Well, let's get into California. What's going on there? Yeah, might as well rip the Band-Aid off of this one. This is from late Friday.
Assistant U.S. Attorney Bill Saley said on social media his office is investigating voter fraud. At LA County's ballot processing center, the public can watch votes being counted.
Fraud.
On Friday, the U.S. Attorney's Office in Los Angeles confirmed an assistant U.S. attorney was at the facility to see for himself. It comes one day after President Trump said he wants to limit mail-in ballots because he claims Democrats are rigging elections in California.
No mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel. So we're being very progressive, and we just don't want cheating in our elections. And you see it happening in California.
While the president offered no proof, Professor Christian Gross, the director of USC's Democracy and Fair Elections Lab, says some Republicans have been pushing for a voter ID measure in California.
You do not have to show an ID to vote by mail in California, but you do have to register to vote with an ID. So it's not quite accurate to say there's no voter ID requirement.
Last month, Governor Gavin Newsom sent a letter to county election officials to urge a rapid counting process. We spoke to the LA County Registrar on Thursday. What do you make of the governor's letter?
Well, I appreciated that the governor recognized the pressure and the narrative that's going on nationally with regard to elections administration. The reality is we have to do this work in accordance with the laws that are on the books and making sure that we don't sacrifice accuracy and transparency in that process.
On Friday, Republican gubernatorial candidate Steve Hilton said he would like to see more investments in the mail-in vote counting process so that it can be finished within 48 hours of the current 7-day deadline.
Shamefully slow results like this, all it does is sow suspicion in our election system.
35 days, not 7 days, 35 days to count. So they're not going to really know any of it. They still got millions of votes still to count itself. It seems like they're going to do the Dominion voting like we do at the end of this show to make sure that we want the right song to win. Their candidate is going to be the two-party system. So is the mayor over there in Pratt going to be kicked out or just to the edge being voted out in the next week or so? It might happen that way. They might pull that same bullshit. So Attorney General says they're over there. They're monitoring. Last week, I couldn't find the tweet again for Thursday, but the U.S. government on the U.S. attorney side has hired a super duper math genius dude that evidently takes a look at these types of numbers. And he was seen walking around the counting area in Los Angeles also. And of course, he's going to be up in Sacramento taking a look at those state totals up there for the governor's side too. So they are monitoring what due to the executive order.
Nice. You talking about Jovan Pulitzer, dude?
No, somebody else, somebody I've never even really heard of, just somebody I followed pointed out, goes, hey, this dude over here is working with the election dude and he went this and does this type of math and that type of math. Oh, okay. So somebody's going to work numbers. That's what we need.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. I mean, for years and years and years and years, we always had the results, the night of. And, maybe the next day on a couple of them here and there. But, hey, now we're going to add in these multi-million-dollar machines to help us wait to find our results. That's cute. And nobody can really give me a good reason to how that works. It's like, wait, you got to spend multi-millions of dollars to ultimately allow them to cheat and then give them more time to figure out how many votes they need to steal. Nice.
Yeah, so... if they got the evidence, just like some of you guys saying on chat, it says that they, possibly caught them cheating or frauds going on over there. Because Trump did say that sort of thing. And, if they could prove it in a court of law and put people in jail, I really hope they could do it this time. We just need to get it done. So good luck,
Absolutely.
guys.
Hulk, let me read two of these because I want to make sure we kind of do some of these when we get them on point there. Mr. MacGyver on YouTube dropped a super chat of $2. Says, "Good afternoon, Patriots." So thank you for that, Mr. MacGyver. And then this is interesting because what we were just talking about a second ago, Hulk. Delta dropped a $5 Rumble rant and says, "Have you read," and I'm just going to go right off the bat, if it's a book, most likely I've not read it because I've not read many books. I like the ones with big pictures in them. But have you read, quote, "Blitzed or Tripped" by Norman Ohler? It says, "Right on par with early discovery and use of LSD and meth in early Germany. I'm always down for a med-sci tech." I'm always down for med-sci tech. I have not, but I'd be interested to, let me see. Every time I try to copy one of these comments, it ends up pinning it for whatever reason. Yeah, and it just did as well. And then when I try to comment, and then I try to write the comment down again, it unpins it. So I'm definitely going to look up Blitz or Tripped later on for sure. Have you read either of those books, Hulk? Are you a book reader?
Negatory. I'm sitting here with the little furry girl. She sat on my lap and is currently purring really loudly. I don't think the mic is picking it up at all. It's too good of a mic. But she's just a happy little furry cat.
And Delta dropped another $5 Rumble rant. Says, "Let me know if you want to go deep down these holes anytime." Uh-oh. That's a text message Hulk sent me last night.
That's what she said.
What is it? Norman Ohler. I'm going to write these names down for sure. Norman Ohler. And, yeah, because dude, some of these things that they used to do in the studies are absolutely wild. Norman Ohler. So I'm going to write that down in the notes. But thank you guys for that.
So back to California over. Spencer Pratt goes from 0 to out of 24,000 ballot drops that just came in. No shady shit at all. Hey, we've seen this one before. It's a classic. You know how that's going to turn out again, right?
Well,
I'm not going to be surprised.
So there was an interesting, my co-host on Monday, Mac, had brought up pretty interesting facts about who is funding Mr. Spencer Pratt. And I was like, oh, that doesn't sound good. But then Thursday on the roundtable, Belushi had a pretty good answer for why it was. So long story short, Spencer Pratt is being backed by a Sergey Brin, a couple Winklevoss twins, Jeannie Buss, the head of the Lakers there, or the owner of the Lakers.
Wait, did you remember? You remember what Sergey Brin said like six or 9 months ago?
Maybe. You're gonna have to refresh my memory.
Especially about California. That the Democrats are ruining it, and that he's going to support the Republican Party in California. And I said I didn't know what type of Republican Party we were going to get, but Steve Hilton is the representative of one of those. That's a shitload of money coming in behind trying to get that pushed through. So hopefully they can get it done. I'm not a big fan of Sergey Brin and some of the things that he's done over there at Google and his ex-wife. So it is what it is. So I don't know where to put it. It seems like they're all bad at this point.
Yeah, no, I mean, but so I kind of brought that up on the excuse me. Damn pollen. I brought that up on the round table, and Belushi had a pretty good answer for it, which was like, well, they got Google there, and obviously you got the Lakers there, and it's not really good for business if your country or your state is a shithole, right? So it's all about a way of life over there for Google, and if the whole state is run like a shithole essentially, then your company's not going to do good over there. So you want to back people that are going to clean up your state or whatever. So like you said, hopefully they do that. But again, I don't trust Sergey Brin and the Winklevoss twins and Jeannie Buss and all this, that, and the other. But maybe he's just taking their money and he'll clean up the state anyway. So we'll see. You muted again.
Cyberspeed says, by the way, did you and Spaceshot get the tip from last Thursday? I have to re-log into the app. It seems like it always forgets the credentials, and every time I open the app, I got to go back and take a look at it. So I'll try to take a look at it before the end of the show, because I got to put a 12-word passphrase in for it to even register. It kind of sucks.
What, the Rumble wallet?
Yeah.
I don't think.
So I haven't opened it in a week.
I think the last time I opened it, it said basically said it was basically had to wait because it was populating or something like that. Let me.
I just don't want to sit down, put the seed phrase in, and try to take a look at it right now. I already had enough problems with my damn monitor. I go turn on my computer, and my main monitor that I use, showing this display now, is a 1440 monitor, and it popped up as a 460 by 460 or by 480 or something like that. Well, what the F is going on? So I'm power cycling monitor and plugging cables and redoing desktops and shit, trying to get it back to work. It got it done. It took me about 10, 15 minutes. Restarts this and that. So I appreciate it, Cyberspeed. Technology is just excellent. And I just bought monitors for the kids because they want dual monitors, because Dad's got dual monitors and they got good gaming machines, because son's got my old one. And the daughter, I had to go buy her one at Costco before they went like super pricey for like $1,100 for a gaming computer, upright computer, which it's not bad. It's on par with mine. And so since the kids' birthdays are up, I both bought them monitors so they can have a second monitor for the computers. Aren't I a great dad?
Hopefully you can monitor that situation.
Exactly. It'd be over monitored with monitors that are monitoring the monitors. But who monitors the monitors is the real question. Because if nobody's monitoring the monitors, then it's just monitoring out of control.
You can go get yourself a monitor lizard.
Let's keep going. Oh yeah, I just want to throw this back out. You saw that they threw water back in the reflecting pool, right? Not totally.
Hey, they turned off the water. I'm trying to find out why.
Good work. Hot day. Hey.
So water tests, they're still working on the outside, is what I'm hearing, on the outside of these this area. So they were doing a water test. They filled it. The drainage system in the middle with the grates are still functioning and all that. And Cat, stop it.
Maybe they're testing it as they're filling it to see if, the area that they've already filled is holding.
Yeah, so they could pump water out in the middle, and then because this thing's only like 6 inches deep at the edge, and I think at the deepest part, because there's a tunnel that goes through there, I think it's about almost 3 feet, but it's only like 2.5 feet wide or something, but it goes down the full length of where the grill grates are and the drainage system is, but there's only one spot to fill it. So they're still working on that. So they said they're still on schedule. I mean, all the painting's done. I think George is down to little stuff. So that's going to be interesting for the 250. When's the last time you were down here in DC walking around this little area, Mr. Spaceshot, since you lived how many hundreds of miles from this area?
My guess is...
How long would it take you to drive there?
My guess is like 8 hours. Let me see. Washington, D.C. 7 hours, 39 minutes is what it's saying.
I got to go see DC. I haven't been over to this particular area. I do need to make the trip over there. And probably the next year or so. I want to go out and do the DC trip out there. Go see some museums and some of the architecture and shit like that. I think it would be cool.
Hulk can leave his house in Southern California and drive 7.5 hours north, and he's still in his own state.
Yeah, still in California. Yeah. I could probably make it to the border by then. No, it's longer than that. It'd probably take me 5 hours to still be an hour away from Sacramento.
I thought it was like 12 hours to the top now.
No, it's not 12. Let's see. Let's Google it.
I know I had to drive through friggin' Texas, dude. That was 12 hours east to west. Yeah, east to west. That's how we did it. Oh, that sucked,
and
dude.
Then,
just kept driving. And do you know there's a ranch in Texas that's bigger than my state of Rhode Island?
Oh yeah, there's all over the place. What am I Googling? Distance driven between Southern California and the northern border of California. How many hour drive? 670 miles to 800 miles. So 11 hours is what it's saying over there on that side. So hold on one second.
Interesting. Cuba refuses to take back 500,000 migrants as Trump posts goodbye.
It could take anywhere from 14 to 17 hours.
Damn.
Can't beat that long.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Big ass state, dude. Big ass state.
Between 600 and 800 miles. Oh, traffic stops, length tier, yeah. The traffic, all those sort of things.
I could drive down to friggin' probably North Carolina. I could drive, most of the way to Florida in that time, dude. Takes me, I think it used to take us like 17 hours to drive from here to Tampa. So.
Yeah, that's crazy. Who's ready for a road trip? Somebody pack the snacks, man.
I mean, it is the whole state, basically your whole state is like, it's a whole coast of the United States. So you guys, your one state is essentially the whole west coast of the United States, whereas the east coast is, many states. You got Maine, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey. Where do we go from there? Pennsylvania, Delaware, Virginia, Washington, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida.
Wait, JDP says flying cars will change the drive time. No shit, but we're still waiting for that George Jetson shit to show up. I feel gypped, dude. I was watching the reruns as a kid when I was growing up, eating freaking cereal out of the spaghetti-stained Cool Whip container. You remember those days, Spaceshot?
Oh, yeah. I remember. And my son is now dude, he's like an inch shorter than me now, dude. He's like in a growth spurt. And, I can identify it quite easily when he's in a growth spurt because he starts consuming food like a friggin' endless dumpster. And all of a sudden he sprouts up a couple inches. It's like, what the frig with this dude? I'm like, I looked at him yesterday morning. I was like put your feet together and sit up straight. I'm like, oh my God, this kid's going to be taller than me by the time he's probably done with the sophomore year.
Like my dad used to say, unplug the refrigerator when you're done. Save power. Yeah, it does happen when they grow up there, and they grow up quick. Not too much longer. How old is he now?
He'll be 16 in November.
Yeah, it happens quick. And how many more years in high school he's got? 2?
Freshman year's almost done, so 3. And dude, he went out to eat with her last night at 6:30. And he's like, I said, when's your mother coming to pick you up? Oh, 6:30. All right, going to dinner? Okay, cool. Well, what's he doing at 5:40? Sure as shit, cooking himself some pasta. I'm like, dude, she's coming to get you at 6:30 to do what? He's like, go eat dinner. And I'm like, and what are you doing now? Making myself some pasta. Okay, made himself some pasta, shit. Went to dinner with her, came home at about 8 o'clock. I had to run to the store. I came back. He's reheating up pasta again at 8:30. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is your problem?
Freaking hungry little boy, dude. Yeah, growing.
But I've seen the pattern develop, over and over since he's a little kid, and it's the same thing. It's he basically gets a little taller, and then he'll eat, gets a little chunkier. Or not chunkier, but puts a little flab on, and then gets taller and thins out, and then so it's that pattern on repeat. But I had to remind him. I said, you keep doing this. Now you're 16, or you're about to be 16. The older you get, you can't just keep eating and then thinning out. It's not going to happen. Your metabolism is going to catch up to you. At a certain point, you're going to get stuck with this body type, either being thinner or thicker for the rest of your life. So you got to kind of play that out now, and he does work out a lot and stuff too, so it's pretty interesting to watch the patterns.
Awesome. That's good for him. All right, let's keep going in stories. What else we got? Oh, comments about the UFC thing here being a gimmick out from Joe Rogan over here. I don't know if you've heard this.
Joe Rogan is a grown-ass man who has his own opinions. I don't call him and say, what are you doing? Different people that work for me, not as high profile as Joe Rogan, who probably have some concerns about a lot of things in doing this event. But we're going to do it. Whatever Joe Rogan's opinions are, he had said something crazy like it seems like a gimmick.
Well, it's kind of a gimmick. They said it was going to be the greatest card of all time.
I mean, what does a gimmick mean? It's a real fight with real stakes. Pereira possibly winning his third world title. If he wins the third world title that night, he jumps over John Jones and becomes the greatest of all time.
And that's an opinion. You've mentioned the John Jones thing everywhere, so that was a huge thing.
When you talk about a gimmick, there's absolutely nothing gimmicky about this event. We're celebrating 250 years of America, all the representatives of the military there. Every fight on that card means something. The most historical sporting event in American history.
So
far from a gimmick.
But you're not worried about his opinion changing.
No, Joe is a grown man, can have his opinions on anything.
So is it a gimmick in your opinion on this fight that they're doing on the White House lawn? Space mute.
I don't think it's a gimmick, and here's the reason why.
Give me a quick 30. I'm going to listen.
Yeah, that pollen is friggin' deadly. All right, so I do have a couple of issues with said thing. Okay, so we're going to celebrate America's 250th birthday. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, and I'm gonna pop it up on my screen here, is we're gonna have. I'm trying to look for images for something I can click. We're celebrating America's heritage, where for the heavyweight belt, we're going to have a Frenchman fight a Brazilian guy for the heavyweight championship. Okay, that's one part of it. All right, again, we're celebrating America's, whatever. And then on the other fight, we got Justin Gaethje fighting Ilia Topuria for the 155-pound belt. Now, I really, of course, hope Justin beats Ilia, but Ilia has just knocked out 3 legends in a row, and he is from Spain and Georgia, and so everybody's looking at it like, the sacrificial lamb, the American, is about to get smashed by the Spanish/Georgian guy Ilia Topuria, and then I don't know which one, the heavyweight's probably the main event. And then, like I said, you got a Brazilian fighting a French guy for the heavyweight belt, and then you got Rufy versus Chandler, and then basically what that is a savage of a Brazilian dude versus a savage of an American dude that's a little bit, in my opinion, past his prime. Michael Chandler is a beast. But
to anybody that's going to be watching this UFC fight, I want you to put down 250 if you plan on watching this fight for the America 250 on the 14th. Go ahead, Mr. Spaceshot.
Yeah, and it's on Sunday, dude. This is the first UFC I've ever seen, and maybe there was in the past, but first I remember being Sunday because it's the 14th. So tomorrow will be the 7th, and another week from that would be the 14th. So Sunday, 8 p.m. I think it starts. So Hulk, I don't know if you heard all that, but essentially, the main event is going to be a French guy fighting a Brazilian, and then for the 155-pound belt, you're going to have a guy from Spain/Georgia, by all accounts, decimate the American for the 155-pound belt. I got faith in Justin Gaethje, though. I think he can beat him. He can beat him. We'll see.
Yeah, just watching chat, see if anybody's coming up with the 250. Yeah, 250 somewhere. In three so far. It should be interesting. It's going to be on Paramount only, since they have the deal over there. So you would need to subscribe to a Paramount account to even get it.
Ooh. Okay, Durango Nibiru X put in there 250. D Starboy put in 250. Josie Ann put 250 somewhere. And then Jay White wrote 150 and says, then say I think it will be the most watched sporting event ever. It's, I mean, you got to worry about
Not
Super
like
Bowls
I
with
think
those.
that was the Olympics, by the way.
Yeah, Olympics and Super Bowl with those. But yeah, Free Thought 76 says 250. Duck Butt says 420, which we respect. Jay White 2020 says 250. And now you know who runs Paramount D-Star Places. It's the Jews. Ooh, good point there. Kathy Ash says if you have a Walmart membership, you can choose Paramount free. Did not know that. And
say that again.
She says Kathy Ash on looks like Rumble wrote, if you have a Walmart membership, you can choose Paramount free. Just like
is that part of their membership benefits? I guess is what you're saying. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Well, I know I can get past the copyright protection and do the streaming, but again, it's the whole put it out on the internet side. So I could bypass the censorship and the black screen and all that shit.
Yeah, it's just getting, basically getting all the deal from it, getting the issues with it. Let me see. So somebody was asking in the chat. This is tonight. What time is this one? 8 p.m. And then so as you see, almost every one of the UFC Saturday, and then this next one is next Sunday at the White House, where again you're gonna have a Brazilian fighting a French guy, 6'4" Brazilian, 240 pounds, fighting a 6'5" French guy, 250 pounds, and these guys both don't like to bring fights to the ground. They both like to stand. The main event, Topuria, the Spanish / Georgian versus the American, both of these guys like to stand and bang too, so they're not going to be taking it to the ground. There ain't going to be no wrestling humps, and at least these two fights here for sure. And dude, the whole rest of the event, dude, is really good too, because Sean O'Malley's fighting Eamon Zahabi in the fight before. So it looks like Justin Gaethje versus Ilia Topuria is the main event. Looks like the way they put it on there, and then the heavyweight is the co-main event. And then before that, Sean O'Malley with the bright colored hair is going to be fighting Eamon Zahabi. That's going to be a really good fight because they're both really good. That dude, Josh Hokett, who talks a lot of crap, is going to be fighting Derek Lewis, who's Trump's favorite fighter. And then Mauricio Huffy is probably going to dismantle Michael Chandler. And this is going to be an interesting one. All-American Olympic wrestler Bo Nichols is going to be fighting Kyle Dawkins. Diego Lopez versus Steve Garcia. Every one of these fights is like a banger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 fights on the main card that are every one of them. Yeah, I think any one of these, maybe except for this one, every one of these fights could be a main event in their own event. So, is it a shtick? I think it is kind of a shtick, but it's also a good thing to, support our country and, bring back Americanism to our country as well. Love our country. Love our country and show that you do,
Exactly. All right, back into stories, I guess.
Get to the chop.
What else do we need to get into? Oh, the other thing here this week, the U.S. House Judiciary under Jim Jordan over here passed Resolution 1, which proposed an amendment to the Constitution requiring Supreme Court of the United States to be composed of 9 justices. We'll be counting 9, not more than 9, not less than 9. It'd be counting of the word 9. So they're a little worried as we start getting closer to the changing of the guard of the next election, and the Democrats out there want to go ahead and pack the court. Yay, we go 21 justices, no problem.
And we know that's what they would want to do. So it's good to see that they are trying to shore it up that, yes, it should only be 9. 9, 9, 9, 9, 9.
9! So, yeah, we got even still people out there with the 250, so I appreciate everybody. I don't know, we'll figure something out. I don't know if we're going to stream voices or what are we doing?
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah, back into government over here. The other things that threatening stuff that did make it into Thursday over here. Maine wants to change Title IX's stuff for school districts to allow the boys and the girls bathrooms again and all that sort of stuff. And coming over here from Linda McMahon.
We want to make sure that if you open women's sports or intimate facilities to males, you expose yourself to federal civil rights investigations. Governor Mills will definitely get her wish.
So remember, they spent all that time going against the grain and putting tampons, Tampon Tim over there in Minnesota, putting the tampons in the girls' bathrooms for so long, for 4 to 6 years, trying to push that stuff through. And then Trump gets in there and they basically tear that stuff apart, says it's a civil rights problem. If you want any lawyers or anything like that, we suggest you adhere to the rules. Well, Maine's new district over there decides they want to rock the ship a little bit, and it was going to go ahead and do the transgender thing for the girls' sports over there. And that's when McMahon over here basically put a shot across the bow saying, we're going to come over against you in court. How about that? And that's not going to be very good. So we'll see what they're going to be doing here.
Hulk, what does that mean for Boston's trans-inclusive period pride?
Did I miss that celebration? Because I totally missed that.
No, you didn't miss it. It's coming up still, buddy. Join us for our 3rd annual Trans Period Pride consciousness raising. We'll be learning about
they can do shit like that. That's okay.
Well, dude, this is.
I
think this is very.
They just don't want it done in the school district under Title IX. That's what they're going to be changing. That's what the Supreme Court ruled against them on.
In doing it in school. Yeah, but I mean, this is important stuff here, Hulk, you know. They're going to be learning about trans experiences with menstruation from the Mass Trans Political Coalition, and they're going to hold a group discussion to connect and share. So, you know, these people that are transsexuals, they need to know how to use, you know, tampons and stuff like that when they have their periods. Oh, wait, can they have periods if they're trans?
Well, we'll also pay attention to Hegseth that basically said that we're going back to the don't ask, don't tell policy. So we're getting rid of the trans and the trans supporting. So we are no longer doing transition surgeries paid for by the U.S. government under military. And the court system came back and said, well, you got to take care of the ones that have already gone through transition. And he's like, hell no, we're going Supreme Court. So that's his plan.
I love it.
So that's coming down the pike. What else do we got? Hey, you ever seen these guys fighting over the Pokemon container in front of the Walmart or the Target out there, and they're waiting for it to time out so they can go buy some special release, whatever Pokemon, so they could resell them out there? Well, Target's sick of that shit out there, so evidently they're going to be monitoring credit cards out there. So if you try to habitually try to go to Target and then buy these particular cards that might be resellable out there, you could do it a little bit, but if you become excessive, they will ban you from the store from buying this particular product for resellers. So that's interesting that they're getting this far into this, because the Pokemon containers they have inside the stores, I've seen them, somebody come in and empty it out and stand in front of it, and it's just basically older dudes or whatever reselling the stuff. The kids couldn't get any access to it, so they started putting them on timers that you could only do it every 5 minutes for a particular one.
Welcome to my world, bro. This is what I've been dealing with for the last 3 months. Dad, you're going to the store. Can you check the machine? You have no idea how out of control this stuff gets. It got so bad. We have 2 Shaws in our neighborhood here, or one. They're actually in different towns, but they're 6 or 7 minutes away.
You said Shaw?
Shaw's. It's a supermarket. SHAWS. It's like whatever. But anyway, they have these Pokemon machines that are in there. Well, the one that is in the more uppity part of town, they actually removed the machine from because 2 kids were getting into a fight over whose turn it was. So they just removed the machine. Now, the one that we have in the supermarket closest to my house, where my son worked, is right up the street. So he wants to check it all the time. And then when we go in there, half the time, in like the last 2 weeks I go in, the machine's under maintenance. Why is the machine under maintenance? Because the manager is pissed off with all the kids coming in and out. He unplugs it, plugs it back in, and then it puts itself in a service mode for like 3 days. And then once it goes back up and boots, and it says, okay, you can purchase products. If I go in there and I say, okay, put my debit card in or credit card in, I want to buy this product right here. Okay, I buy this one, 2 products, boom, I'm done. As soon as I'm done buying those 2 products, the machine shuts down for question mark period of time. Nobody knows what it is. And so after somebody makes a purchase of 1 or even 2 things, it shuts down and says, nope, we can't sell anything else. And then it's like an hour or 2, and then it opens back up. So it's this whole big thing. And what it is for example, one of the boxes that you can buy in these machines are like $40. Another one's $50. Another one's $90. Well, the $40 and $50 boxes, these kids can sell almost immediately for like $80, $90. The ones that are like, 100 or close to 100, they can get like 150 for. So it's crazy because apparently what they're doing is they're selling these packs in Target and in the boxes cheaper than, say, is market sale. And that's why people are upselling them. So I made a thing. It's like somebody puts a debit card in, like make it so you can read their last name, right? It's like, all right, Tom Jones just went in and bought 2 products. If Tom Jones or anybody with the Jones last name tries to buy another thing immediately after, then you decline it. But don't shut down the whole machine for the kids that are, because dude, and that's all these kids do, dude. Like every time I walk in, like I cannot go to that supermarket and be in there for 5 minutes without seeing at least 2 groups of kids walk in, look at the machine, and go, oh, damn, it's in service mode, and walk out. They're like mosquitoes to the light, dude. It's disgusting.
Oh, damn. So, I mean, the other thing I've seen them do is they're also opening the packs and then taking out the good cards and repackaging and selling them online, because they'll be able to tell which ones. They have a special metal detector now that they'll be able to tell them if the particular pack has some sort of foil base, whatever special card in there. Yeah. So they'll actually have somebody make the packaging for them, so then they could put the cards back into a package machine and repackage them as almost as brand new, that it's hard for the pros to tell that this pack has been opened because they've been professionally resealed. You have to be really good to figure it out.
Yeah, we used to do that with baseball cards back in the day. You could feel like a little divider that they would put in for the special cards, and then they got smart and started making it so you couldn't tell the difference. And then some of us smarter guys started weighing the packs, and then we could tell that way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so trying to get past all that stuff. Another interesting thing here, due to the executive order out of Trump out here, this is also happening.
Apparently it has started. People are flooding the internet with videos saying their banking apps are requiring them to provide legal paperwork that they're in the country legally. Funds are being frozen, and they're being asked before they can get to their funds to show proof they're here illegally. Checked with some of the AIs out there, and they say this is being prompted due to the executive order that was just signed in May of 2026 that made the Treasury responsible with the banks to provide documentation to anybody who may be in the country illegally. I saw several videos. The pattern is forming. I verified, and it said, yes, this is all due to that executive order. It has started. Don't know if me putting this information out is going to make them all run to the bank and try to pull their money out, because that would not be good, but it has started.
So yeah, executive order in effect, and you will have to show your residency, or they're going to repossess your funds, which is interesting because especially if you're on a government assistance and you're an illegal immigrant, those things are all going to create issues for these people themselves and not be able to get money out of the banks. So yeah, it's starting.
I got one for you, Hulk. How about, all right, Hulk, you and your family are here illegally. You got X amount of dollars in the bank. We're about to freeze your funds. You're never getting that money back. Or, hey, we'll send you back to your country of choice. And
with your money.
Yeah, and we'll give you your money. What do you want to do?
And we'll give you a nice sack lunch and an extra $2,000 just to everybody get them on the plane. Just go ahead and file your appointment on the CBP One app.
Yeah,
That's all they want.
This thing that they're doing with the third nation thing is just great as well, because they're having there's a bunch of other countries that signed up with us, the United States, to essentially take some of these illegals. So, for example, say there's like a couple countries in Africa, right? And say this guy is from Mexico. Well, hey, Mexico, you're about to be evicted and sent to Sierra Leone. It's like, wait, I came from Mexico. Yeah, but we're sending you to Africa. How would you like to go? Oh, no, we'd like to go to Mexico, please. You know what I mean? And so that's what they're doing with these people, and it's apparently working, because they're like, do you want to get sent to some country that you have no family, you don't know anybody, you don't know the language, or do you want to go back to your own country? Choice is yours.
Yeah. So this item, I can't remember the acronym for the ITIN number, but that allowed them, even though if you don't have a Social Security number, to still get into the banking system or whatever. So they're starting to go after certain holders that maybe not have a Social Security number, but were granted access into the U.S., but were also given special banking numbers. So yeah, they're going to go after those guys first. So yeah, it's going to get interesting.
ITIN is an individual taxpayer identification number, is what's their equivalent of the Social Security card for foreigners. Or number.
Yes, thank you. It still allows them to get all the stuff that they need, including bank loans and shit like that. So, job numbers did come up, because as illegals leave, the job numbers do increase.
This really blew away expectations. The U.S. economy adding, as you mentioned, 172,000 jobs in May. The forecast was for 105. There were whispers for half that. So that is a significant beat, and there were positive revisions.
I was going to ask, tell me about the revisions. That's now become my new favorite thing.
Yeah, well, we've become so accustomed to negative revisions, and now we've got the opposite, right? There was a modest increase from March to a very healthy 214,000, but April was revised sharply higher to 179,000.
So just remember, back in after January 2026, when they redid the numbers, they realized Biden was putting in about 180 to 230,000 fake jobs into the market, or they were government-funded jobs that needed to be removed. Either or, they were basically inflating the numbers themselves. So when they came back in, they realized, we're going to have to cut all those people and revise the numbers, and that's why it showed up pretty bad right here.
Yeah, and we're having to revise it in the other direction, get rid of some of those illegals and get the Americans their jobs back, get everybody off the welfare system.
Yeah, especially with the whole AI thing coming back out, that they're still talking about that and losing jobs in America. But we do see it turning around, that people are still holding jobs, and we're still seeing the numbers climb. So let's see how long that holds out.
Yeah.
All except for this.
Everything shit the bed yesterday.
Yeah. Yep. Wiped out about $2 trillion. It's only 6%, but some of these numbers that are coming out in the market itself are absolutely astronomical. How big the tech industry.com bubble, all those sort of things are. And that comes back to this particular thing too.
Every speculative dollar on earth is having the party of a lifetime, but Bitcoin wasn't invited. Here's where the money actually went, and here's the number that reframes this entire sell-off. Over the last 12 months, the AI boom has added $19 trillion of new market cap to the top 50 public companies. 19 trillion. Let me put that in terms you can actually feel. That is 13 times the entire size of Bitcoin, the whole thing. Every coin in existence 13 times over, conjured into new paper value in AI stocks in just a single year. That's not a sector rotation. That is a gravitational, once-in-a-generation event. I'm not being hyperbolic. It's a black hole that opened up in the middle of the market and started pulling every loose dollar on the planet toward it. And the supply of that paper is about to explode, because the biggest IPOs in the history of capitalism are lined up over the next few months. SpaceX is looking to go public this month at a $1.77 trillion valuation, looking to raise around $75 billion in a single offering. That by itself would be the largest IPO ever recorded, more than double the old record. That's going to pull in a lot of capital, and it already is. And SpaceX also owns XAI, so understand what that actually is. This isn't a rocket company going public. This is an AI company going public. And behind it, you also have Anthropic, the makers of Claude, targeting about $1 trillion valuation. And behind that, you have OpenAI, the makers of ChatGPT, targeting $1 trillion valuation. Stack those three together, and you have more than $3.5 trillion of fresh equity hitting public markets in a window that's measured in months, not years. And if you add in Google's $80 billion raise that just got filed, you're looking at well over $350 billion of brand new risk capital that has to be funded out of money that needs to come from somewhere. So ask the only question that matters: where does that money come from? You only get to spend $1 at a time. So if you're an institution and you need cash sitting ready to get allocated to the largest AI IPO cycle since the year 2000, you sell what's liquid, and that is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the most liquid risk asset on earth, so it's the very first thing that you reach for when you need dollars. That's it. That's the entire crime scene. The marginal Bitcoin holder right now wants to be invested in these AI companies that are about to go public. SpaceX, Claude, OpenAI. This is a once-in-a-generation event, and so Bitcoin is going down for reasons that have nothing to do with Bitcoin.
Makes sense. Are you muted, Hulk? You trying to
Just
steal my
remember,
patented space mute?
Just remember, we still have, this is Anthropic goes first, then XAI, and then you have OpenAI. Those are the IPOs that are coming up. I mean, SpaceX, not XAI, as we start to get there. So, I mean, the amount of money that's going to be generated in the next 3 months, it's astronomical, the amount of money that's going to be coming out there. So, it might get a little bit dicey out there as we start seeing these numbers dance around. So just something we should pay attention to.
So you're saying that these AI data centers are killing us in all sorts of different ways. I love it.
Well, that, and we're only going to build about half of the ones that were actually scheduled to be built. Regulatory, not enough power. We're on a wait list for GPUs, all those sort of things. So yeah, that is getting interesting. I wanted to spend a little time with this guy. I don't know how long I'm going to make it out here, but I wanted to listen to what he had to say. Who is this? What is his name again? Does it show what up?
Ted
is that his name?
Mother? No. Looks like the guy from Cheers, but he's older now. It's not him.
ServiceNow CEO on NBC. Identity management for agents. Who was his name? The Bitcoin guy. Was it Saylor or the other guy?
Yep.
That went down south into South America for the AI. He went down there because they're going to have unregulated AI with Milei, the president for what country is that? Milei is the president of which South American country?
Oh God.
Argentina.
Yep.
So since they're going to have unrestricted access to AI, that's kind of the water cooler talk of why they went down there and then signed that agreement with Milei that, we're not going to put any restrictions on AI. Come on down and we'll do whatever you want. So that was just signed a day or so ago.
Right now is really focused on a couple of things. One is agentic business. You know, we have to be the agentic front door. We work with great companies like NVIDIA, the great Jensen, the great NVIDIA. We announced Project Arc. You'll hear about that today. I'm sure Jensen will have some thoughts on it. But we want to manage the identities of the humans and the agents. We treat the agents just like the humans, so the rules and rails can complement this great AI revolution. The enterprise is a pretty messy thing. So we clarify it, we clean the mess up, and we make sure that the AI is secure. And I think that is a big breakthrough. And we told that story yesterday, and people really liked it.
Jensen, tell me about, this is at least the third time that I'm seeing you here at Knowledge. We're talking with an application software company. You've talked about this 5-layer cake with energy, chips, platform, and applications at the top necessary to really make AI work. Why is the application layer not just important, but long-term profitable, do you think? Why does that need to happen, and why is ServiceNow one to watch for you?
This is one of the greatest transformations for the software industry ever. For the first time, service is software. Software is service. And the service industry is 100 times larger than the software industry. And so now for the very first time, you're going to have human agents that are, of course, managed and supported by ServiceNow, augmented with AI agents that are going to be working autonomously, working with humans. And they're all going to need identity management, access control, network control, all of the things that companies do with respect to regulation and compliance and governance. All of that has to be provisioned, whether you're a human or an agent. And in the future, of course, out at the edge, robotic systems. All of these autonomous systems, the time has now finally come. Now, of course, for our industry, for the rest of the 5-layer cake, it's completely revolutionary because AI, agentic AI, needs to be processed in real time. Unlike software of the past that's pre-recorded, you can put it in storage, retrieve it as you need it. Today's software needs to be processed completely in real time. The amount of computation necessary from generative AI 2 years ago to now agentic AI, it has gone up 1,000% because the AI now has to read a lot more, use tools, reason, generate a lot of tokens. Not only that, the amount of use has gone up orders of magnitude because now for the first time, AI is doing work. It's doing useful work. And the return on that investment for software companies, for agentic companies like ServiceNow, is completely accretive. And so that time has finally arrived.
I agree with the Skynet type of thing out there, because there's some people out on the market that want to go like full throttle into this, and some of the people in the market, like the leaders in the market, like Anthropic right here, had put this out. You want to read this for everybody?
No, I'll pass. This is very concerning. Anthropic just got called for a global pause in AI development, warning that AI is getting close to improving itself without human help. In April of 26, Claude ran a full AI research project completely on its own. Humans picked the topic. Claude came up with every experiment, ran every test, and delivered the results. 2 human researchers spent a full week on the same problem and got 23% of the way there. Claude got 97%. Claude Mythos Preview is now 52 times faster than a skilled human at improving AI training code. The same task takes a human 4 to 8 hours. Claude does it better. Claude already writes 80% of Anthropic's own code. Their engineers are getting 8 times more work done than in 2024. Not because they work harder, but because Claude does most of it. In March of 24, Claude could handle a 4-minute task on its own. Today, it handles 12-hour tasks. That number doubles nearly every 4 months. Week-long tasks are expected by 2027. Anthropic warns once AI can build and improve its own next version without any human help, nobody knows how fast things move after that, or if humans will still be able to control it. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. So, yeah. And improve its own next version without any human help, and nobody knows how fast things move after that. Yeah.
Skynet.
Yeah, that whole Skynet thing. So just want to throw out a little bit more on AI, on how great it is.
Well, we just put a kibosh in it for the next 20 years.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know if they're going to do that, but they're definitely going to keep it pointed one particular direction here. So a little bit more on AI. We're going to fast forward to, I think right about, we'll come back just a little bit right here.
Sweet. Showing everyone how useful and powerful AI is, how this is the future. And the entire C-suite is sitting there in the first row moaning like it's their first threesome with the babysitter. And after the small demo is over, the bill comes in, and that 2-hour demo cost $1,200 in tokens. The demo was him showing them how it will save money. And the mere act of showing them, of demoing this technology, ended up costing more than the thing it was supposed to replace. It's like holding a press conference about your vow of silence. Meanwhile, they've got an internal dashboard tracking how many tokens each team burns. And the team incinerating money the fastest is ranked number 1. They're getting applause and a standing ovation and shit, pats on the back, talk of the town, which, it's like ranking your chefs by how much electricity the kitchen used. The guy who left every burner on all night and cooked nothing Employee of the Month. And so this demo actually becomes a wake-up moment for Uber because the COO, when he sees the number, calls it a head-exploding moment. Now, it gets worse, believe it or not. Uber had actually set an AI budget for all of 2026. And they're like, we're going to be smart about this. We don't want runaway costs. And they blew the entire annual budget in 4 months by April. To do what? Did they ship more features? Did they expand into new markets? No, nothing. They summarized some emails. They wrote a couple specs. They wrote one spec so long it gained sentience and deleted itself as a final act of mercy to mankind. Overall, just hundreds of billions of words generated with generative AI, 90% of which will never be read. And now Uber's like, you know what? Flip the fucking leaderboard. Invert that bitch. Now whoever spends the least wins. It's no longer about who can burn the most. Now it's who can edge the machine the longest without blowing their load. They've capped each engineer at $1,500 per month. And when you've got 5,000 engineers or so, that's still a small fortune each month, by the way. And look, I'll be honest that early on, I couldn't really say definitively that this was a bubble. I figured they'd figure out the economics. Tech companies, they lose money early, they go into the red to grow, and then hopefully it gets cheap. They figure it out. But the more I think about it, I don't know. This algorithm, the LLM autoregressive thing, for every single word it generates, it has to reread the entire conversation from the start. For every word. It's just structurally inefficient at the deepest level. And what this thing actually is. And look, I'm done pretending that this is a clever little analogy. I'm being literal, it's a slot machine. You pull the lever, sometimes it gives you a little dopamine tingle. Oh look, it wrote code that works. And you're hooked. But 80% of the time, you're like listening to confident nonsense that sounds like a stoner explaining quantum physics. But hey, that 20%, beautiful. And see, that's the trap. That's the mechanism. It's you late at night going, should I just write this myself? And going, no. Pull the lever one more time, King. The big win's coming. Just like last time and the time before that. Intermittent rewards, the most addictive design ever discovered, dropped into your enterprise engineering team with a leaderboard bolted on top. And the whole industry is having this Uber-style psychosis episode. Walmart saw this and they're like, hold my beer. They built an internal agent called Code Puppy. Code Puppy. Sounds like the rejected mascot for a furry convention that got Me Too'd into oblivion. And so Walmart executives were like, here boys, unlimited tokens for everyone. And then the bill came. And Code Puppy was sent up to a farm to live out the rest of his life. They neutered the program. And Microsoft, which owns like a quarter of OpenAI, is canceling its own Claude licenses for the same reason. GitHub Copilot moved all of its customers as well to token-based billing rather than a subscription model. And some customers saw their price jump 100-fold. That's 100x, not 100%. And the truth is, no one is raving about AI at these companies because it works or makes the entire company a well-oiled code-shipping machine. At best, it solves some problems but creates a whole bunch of new ones. It's hard to make it work well, and it has never been profitable for anyone, ever. And so everyone is so
that's pretty much what the market is running into right now of spending a shitload of money on capital to make these AI machines and nowhere to return money. Where's that return on investment? That's the problem that they're going to have.
Seems to me they are spending a shitload of money and, I don't know if they're going to recoup this, dude, because they are putting so much money into this stuff, dude. So much money.
Yeah, you had OpenAI had that video AI business out there for about a year or so before they pulled that back and realized, oh yeah, that doesn't make us any money making cat memes and those sort of things. So yeah, that stuff is still happening out there, and I think we're going to have the bubble. Bubble's probably going to pop on Sam Altman because he has nothing but problems because his IPO is coming up here in the next couple of months, and he has nothing but problems out there. And then we still have XAI that's leasing Colossus out to Anthropic. And who was the other one? There was somebody else. But Anthropic is going to rent per month from OpenAI, XAI. They're going to be paying $1.25 billion a month to Elon Musk to rent his data center and not use the Grok AI system that's in there because they can't fill out the entire data center with that particular model. So they're just going to rent it out. And there's somebody else that stepped in there too. I just read on Friday that they're spending $800 million a month to rent it part of the data center, the other part of the data center that's available from Elon Musk. So we're talking almost like $2 billion in rentals to use Elon Musk's data center. $2 billion with a B.
Yeah, they got
That's
it.
crazy. That's crazy.
Yep. Where is this money coming from, dude?
Yeah, especially when his IPO comes out. So yeah, that's that story on AI. I hope you enjoyed that front half. That was the aircraft, the spaceship, the spaceship. I just happened to pick up one that shows 2014 picture of it. Another 2014. There's 2026, which is this video over here on this side, just showing these different space alien spacecraft flying around there. A little out of order this morning.
PR3B.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, look at Mr. Kash Patel happens to post up here and saying something very important.
Oh shit. 3:59 a.m.
That's my time. 3 hours later.
So
what is that? Yeah, almost 7. Let's get into the clip.
Time we've seen these kinds of riots outside of these facilities, it's very clear that there are organized groups behind these kinds of riots. There are signal chat groups. There's money being funneled through these NGOs. These groups are violent. They're organizing violence. You can see what they're doing. You guys have just indicted someone for wanting to murder ICE agents and their families. But should more be done against these groups, Mr. Director, to investigate them?
Well, I think for the American public, we are doing more. We just can't speak about it until we speak through an indictment. And as you've seen here today, these fraud cases take sometimes years and months to put together. And same thing with the SPLC. It takes a long time to put a case like that together. We have to follow the money. We have to issue subpoenas. We have to go to judges and get search warrants. We have to produce the evidence in a fashion that's usable in court. And so what we've been doing since day one at the FBI is tracing the money and finding the commonalities in these individuals, just like we would with any other corrupt criminal organization that is allegedly going out there and conducting nefarious activity. And so that work has been ongoing since I took office as a director of the FBI. And thanks to our courageous prosecutors under AG Blanche, they are issuing the necessary legal process. But when you get bank returns back, when you get location data back, you have to put that in a usable format, make presentations to judges and grand juries, and that just takes a little bit of time.
Yep, I think he's laying out the cases now. That's why they're kind of quiet on those types of deals. But he did say follow the money here, which is a good thing.
Heck yeah. It's getting interesting. And as you repeated in that thing,
We've seen these kinds of riots outside of the...
You can't hear about it until they put indictment out. So there are things going on, but we don't get to see the baby until it's baked.
We don't want baked babies. Yeah, and he's also put this out here as we get in here. Media isn't doing anything. FBI talking about Operation Summer Heat 2.0. Says that was Summer Heat 1.0. Just wait till we do Summer Heat 2.0 as they're coming back again.
Heck yeah.
Which is interesting. So it's a lot more arrest and corruption and violent gang activity and those sort of things. So he is definitely out here paying attention. And then I think I had one more right here. We follow the money because money doesn't lie, and this is in regards to the SPLC criminal organization, talking about them paying for the KKK members and all those sort of things. So yeah, great stuff.
Follow the money. 20 posts on follow, and we're in what, June now? There's one on May 6th. Let's see if there happens to be anything in July, March.
It says allegedly used $4.1 million in donor funds to pay Ku Klux Klan members to remain in the group, reimbursed for expenses such as cross-burning materials and Klan garments. 2 Klan members who sought help to leave the group were instead paid $1,200 monthly and had their expenses reimbursed by the Southern Poverty Law Center to encourage them to stay and recruit new members. Allegedly used false paperwork to disguise payments, describing one member as a rare book employee and instructing them to lie about their work. Lawyers telling them to lie. The money doesn't lie.
That's how racist our country was, dude, that they needed to,
make it up.
Yeah, they needed to manufacture it. G Fonts 119 dropped a couple dollar holler, says nearly 99% of company IPOs will have a skyrocket price climb before significantly retracing down closer to the asset's intrinsic value over time. That said, there's exception to most every rule. And yeah, I mean, a lot of people are probably trying to make room to buy some of these IPOs. And we can't buy any of those stuff, right? Until it actually comes out, unless you're like...
No, you can.
But
you would need a minimum money market account at $2,500. They lowered it down. So out of the publicly available group, SpaceXI, whatever you want to call them, has authorized the brokers that they can have 30% access to it with no discounts. So you ain't going to get no discounts because you're a volunteer dealer. We don't care. It's going to be the price is going to be the price, and we'll allow you access to some of them. And then all those brokerage firms, normally you'd have to have like $500,000 inside of a money market account to play the game. They're like, no, you can do $250, $2,500 minimum. So that just happened last week. So it's interesting as everybody's aligning for this.
Wish I had extra 2,500 to get in there. Just one more there. G-Font says, what's being said about the drop in price, now nosediving price of Bitcoin, causing different, quote, experts keep giving different reasons, sometimes changing by the day. And I'm not saying any of them are wrong. Yeah, I mean, my guess is they're trying to refill their coffers and some of the IPO stuff, but they're also trying to put money back into these data centers too. So they're needing to refill their coffers because they're sieving money out, is my guess. It's leaking like a sieve everywhere.
Yeah, and the other thing, because remember we played on Thursday night at the end of the show talking about AI. Katie Couric said that the AI company should pay for the national debt. And that Bernie Sanders had come out with that idea last night and had mentioned it again. And guess what? Made it over to the White House over there, and the Trump administration is now in talks next week to have all the AI companies there, all of them, and they're going to have a little sit-down chat about how the U.S. government is going to take an equity stake in your company, because it's for the benefit of the American people. So that is coming, which I find interesting, because maybe that way, one way they pay off the debt. Who knows? It's all fake money anyways, ones and zeros.
Yeah, I think that money is probably, like I said, they're trying to refill their own coffers, and I don't think they're going to have enough money to do that.
Yep. The other part of this, I wanted to throw out the story about the CIA man who had $40 million in gold houses. On the grounds that he got the gold on the grounds that after the apocalypse, the president would need to bribe the warriors of the wasteland with gold.
Makes sense.
For the continuity of government operations or programs to keep the U.S. government running in the event of nuclear war, national disasters, or other catastrophics, Russia apparently used the fake government continuity program and the contract to persuade government defense contractors to purchase large amounts of gold, this person said. So he's like, yo, I'm going to need a bunch of cash and gold in case the world ends. Then we can use this money because, the regular cash is not going to have any effects. We'll use the gold to bribe everybody with. And they're like, hold on, let me check. Okay, you can have it. The other thing is this guy's a really good influencer, evidently, because we figured out that he didn't have a pilot's license. He also didn't go to the special colleges and programs that he said he did, but he was able to pass the FBI CIA lie detector test the system that they go through to find out if you're a psycho or not. So this guy was highly intelligent and influential, like an old car salesman, and was able to weasel himself into a specific spot of being a paymaster, or he was picked for that position. I'm not entirely sure. I'm still trying to come back on that, because you could be put in that position, but that would be under the old guard. So just things I'm thinking about.
Pretty smart if you think about it, right? Like, he invented the entire fake top security or top secret spy program to steal the money. Allegedly built a sham special access program, the blackest box in U.S. intelligence, so even top secret clearance officials couldn't look inside without authorization.
Yeah. So those are some of the things that were out there. So this was an endorsement of the CIA, Radcliffe, to the FBI over there for prosecution. Just make sure we're keeping that on everybody's list, that Radcliffe is the one that endorsed that guy to go over there. Here's the other side of that. Then who the heck is this guy? Yeah, Hunter Biden over there playing with his account again. Just want to point some of those things out.
I responded to one of his chats the other day. He didn't get, the one where he was like, they and the rich people and I was like, dude, the point you're not getting is you're a they. He's out there making it seem like he's he's like everyday person out there, and like, oh, these elites are all doing all this, that, and the other. I'm like, no, you are they. So let's not pretend like you're not.
Yeah, but he's what did he say, 5 years sober or something like that a couple of days ago, celebrating his sobriety with his bong smoking lawyer on the balcony. Yeah. Dude, I never saw him smoke it, but the other guy did.
You really ever become clean after smoking that much crack? Like, that dude was smoking crack like it was like a friggin' marathoner drinking water.
Well, no, Charlie Sheen has got him beat because you've seen some of those stories. I just happened to see an interview as of recently where he had mentioned that he ordered so much so much cocaine when he showed up into town that the 3 cartel members of the head bosses came over and talked to him just to make sure that he wasn't selling it. And then at the end of the month, they just cut him off because they said there's no way that somebody could do that much cocaine. He has to be selling it. And he's like, no, I am doing that much cocaine. And he's like, you're going to die and we're not going to sell you anymore. So, yeah, pretty interesting that the cartel members cut off Charlie Sheen from getting access to cocaine for a short period of time.
Dude, how funny, though. I mean, and we have to kind of remember back in the grand scheme of timing, right, of this last, say, 8 years that we've been dealing with, right, in the whole course of, say, 8 years. Well, it was within, a 6-month period where all of a sudden his hard drive, his laptop, another hard drive, his sister's diary gets left at a hotel, wink, wink, where it was saying in there that, oh, I remember taking showers with my father at not an appropriate age. And it's like, oh, that's weird. Okay. So all that stuff came out, and then Hunter Biden's laptop with all that stuff came out, all within, if memory serves me, roughly like a 6 or 8 month period. So I question, whether this guy and his sister did this publicly and purposely, or did they just whoops, my stuff got out and, sorry. I don't know, dude. I think it was more deliberate, personally.
Yeah, what was the other thing that he was talking about? Because Charlie Sheen, Nicolas Cage is doing the Spider Noir over on Netflix, 8-series TV show type of thing over on Netflix over there, and it's actually done in black and white. People are giving it great reviews, but he was a little apprehensive of doing TV shows because Nicolas Cage has only done Gone 60 Seconds and a whole bunch of those types of movies, and had never done a TV show. So he wasn't sure. So he called Charlie Sheen to ask him, and because he had spent a lot of time doing 2.5 Men out there, and asked him how he handled the TV stuff out there. And he said, lots of drugs out there. And he said, don't mumble. Don't mumble. He ended up doing it, evidently, and it's been a big hit out there. So I just thought that was entertaining to hear that come from him Lots of drugs and don't mumble.
Hunter's responding. See if I can get him. It looks like he's actively responding on Twitter right now. 11 seconds ago. He responded to Darth Powell. Hunter Biden wrote, Hunter Biden suddenly exploding on X feels like a massive psyop, or Heidi wrote that. And then Darth Powell wrote, F Hunter Biden. And then Hunter Biden wrote, kissing whose ass? Not me. Wrong. Not me, Darth. Wrong guy. So I just put in there again. You are they, Hunter. Nobody buys your every normal guy routine. If he gets back to us. I don't think he will.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see you guys all out here.
What does that mean, dude? I'm Hunter Biden. You've never actually heard from me?
Yeah, this is his first post on Twitter. Ever.
Oh, does he mean like on Twitter? Okay.
Because the account's from 2013. And it's got a verified ID saying it's him.
Such a scumbag, dude. I mean, right? The fact that let's break this down into chunks, shall we? He had sex with his dead brother's wife. Scumbag part of that, right?
And got her addicted to crack. I'll be right back.
Wait. Oh, no. Yeah, we're getting to that. All right, so just the fact that he had sex with his dead brother's wife. Check, scumbag. Okay, got her addicted to coke and crack. Check, scumbag. Recorded sex with dead brother's wife. Another step in the check mark of scumbaggedness. Oh, but just when you thought that was worse, the worst thing it could be, no, he took said video, uploaded it to a porn site. Another check scumbag move, right? And then even for me, the title of said porn was another check scumbag move, which was Lonely Widow something, whatever. You're writing this about your brother being dead, and your sister-in-law is the, quote, lonely widow that you're having sex with. Like, check, scumbag. All the way through the ropes. Very interesting. Come on, Hunter, respond to me. We're live here. Come talk to us.
Check.
Oh, God, Dustin. Nobody buys your every normal guy routine. Some idiot named Dustin says, I do. He's way normal and relatable than anyone with the last name Trump. Okay.
Again, it's the things that come out of his mouth and saying normal things and being middle of the road. I'm not saying he is that person, but I'm just saying he gets to that. Let's see what Gork says. Rock says what the summary of this one in here. As Bill Gates told staff that more than 20 affairs were claimed in divorce during a tense town hall meeting report. What does it say? Reports on the tense Gates Foundation town hall. Oh, the other thing is, remember, they sold all their investment in the Gates Foundation like less than a year ago, which I found also interesting. Oops. Where'd it go?
Oh, is that the chess girl?
Where Bill Gates revealed in his 2021 divorce from including allegations of more than 20 extramarital affairs. Gates admitted that the two affairs during the meeting, one with a Russian bridge player linked to Jeffrey Epstein, another one with a woman connected to TerraPower nuclear camera. Was it TerraPower part of Maxwell's group for TerraPower?
Terramar, yeah.
And their whole thing. Yep, Terramar, yep, that whole group itself. Oh, it makes sense out there. Speaking with an insert photo of him alongside Antova's person. Yeah. So, yeah, divorce has 20 affairs inside there. So, yeah, no wonder that... well, she looked like a dude anyways. Am I wrong? I didn't see no Adam's apple out there, but she didn't look very womanly.
No.
Dressed like a linebacker.
Linebacker.
And to remember, after the event 201, Bill Gates put a team together to make him seem more like Mr. Rogers. and had mannequins up there and with different sweaters and clothing and different looks, and then had the public come in and then rate the outfits itself. Not saying they were, done for Bill Gates. It's just how the person made the person feel. Did they make you feel like more like Mr. Rogers? Do you want to be the nice old grandpa, even though he wants to kill everybody with the vaccines and mosquitoes? It's just so great.
I thought it was chess. Apparently it was bridge.
Bridge. Speaking of really smart guys, dude, like smart guys like Elon Musk smart.
Cofield is no ordinary inmate here. Prosecutors say while behind bars, he used a contraband cell phone to gain access to a victim's Charles Schwab account. Authorities say he wired himself $11 million and then brought thousands of gold coins. And they say he hired a private security company then to transport the gold to Atlanta via private plane, then purchased a $4 million mansion in West Paces Ferry. FBI Atlanta says that Cofield should be considered armed and dangerous. So if you see him or if you have any information, you're urged to please contact the FBI or the U.S. Marshals.
Yeah, all from jail. You remember the kid that supposedly hacked the GTA 6 game from sitting inside of a jail using an Amazon stick and a cell phone?
Yeah.
So yeah, this guy with a cell phone over here was able to steal that amount of money and then buy a house from all while sitting in jail. And then he was going to basically try to get himself out of jail and be able to live in the laps of luxury with $11 million. Talk about smart people over there just using their powers for evil.
Evil genius. Holy crap.
So yeah.
Then he escaped.
Cofield escaped the FCC on May 26th. The FBI warns he is armed and dangerous. So he got away, guys.
Mm-hmm.
He's out on the lam right now. He got out. That's so crazy.
Out of a federal corrections. Probably had some inside help.
Yeah, exactly. With that amount of money, yeah. Ran by this video over here. Kids just basically jet skiing out here, and you get the neighbor Karen dude.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, that's not a good look. Yeah, you can't attempt to drown people like that in the water.
Flashback. I didn't, but I should. You don't like it too bad. Time to go. Time to go. You live there and listen to you doing it all day long and see how you like it.
Whoop-de-doo, you bought a house on the lake. Deal with it.
Yeah, well, whoop-de-doo.
He does live there and he does listen to it. Like, what? I'm following the rules of the lake. I'm not
No, you're not. You're not following the... You see the sign?
Everybody else is
You see the sign? You see the sign? Can you read?
Yeah, it says no boats, second one down.
You didn't stop there one time. Believe me. Time
No
to go.
mooring.
Just if you only stayed for a little while and did your thing, it's time to go.
Let me have fun on my jet ski.
No, go.
So later they get in a big fight over here. And he pins him down and actually tries to, I guess, drown him or something along those lines themselves. But yeah, the guy's been charged with manslaughter right now for trying to drown one of these kids over here. So talk about overreacting out there. I'm surprised the other kids didn't react a little bit faster over here.
You need to swarm
Isn't that
the old
crazy?
man. Especially he's trying to drown your friend. Kick his ass.
That's what I was saying at that point. I would act a little bit quicker versus standing around and watch him get drowned. Attempted murder after allegedly trying to drown a man on crutches. Oh yeah, he was a cripple, by the way, riding his jet ski. So he did get charged with manslaughter and then trying to accost a handicapped person too. So some serious charges on this guy. He's, what are you going to do? Hit a cripple? And he did. He went and hit a cripple. Now he's in jail.
Hey, careful what you ask for.
Yeah, careful what you ask for over here. Chicago Bears just approved a massive plan for the Blues city of Chicago. Mayor Brandon Johnson is furious and stunned. The Bears are headed to Red, Indiana. They have officially saying they're moving. They're done. They're out.
Shows an exact site is still to be selected. It adds they believe a world-class stadium project in Hammond will transform the region. Indiana Governor Mike Braun issued a statement very happy, saying in part, quote, "Hoosiers, help me welcome the Chicago Bears to our great state. We look forward to building a partnership as strong as the '85 Bears defense, creating opportunities and economic growth that will benefit our state and the Bears organization for decades to come." And show.
So the Bears don't want to pay all the income tax that this guy wants to go ahead and charge them because they think they can get a big chunk of money out of the NFL that's out there. And they're like, no, we got an old stadium. You're not going to give us a stadium, but if you give us a break on taxes, we'll hang out. I mean, Chicago, we're Chicago Bears. And they're like, nope. And they're like, we're moving. Sorry. We're going to move, what'd they say, a few miles south?
Yeah,
so they're going to start. Go ahead.
I was going to say this. It says, which is weird because they're going into Indiana. It says the franchise will keep the name Chicago Bears if they build their new stadium and relocate to the proposed site in Hammond, Indiana. Interesting.
Yep.
Still going to be the Chicago Bears in Indiana. But yeah, I mean, FAFO, and you're just going to contribute to the delinquency and the detriment of your own country, your own city, while you let these major corporations just move away.
Exactly. So yeah, that's going on. I got entertaining and fun stuff coming after this, unless there's anything else you want to throw out in the show. All right.
Okay.
Here, what you just train the enemy, right?
Hey, everybody. We had a hawk attack today. Brian, that must have been so scary. Yeah, everything's scary until the Avengers assemble. Get him! Yeah! It's working! Yeah! I told you from the very beginning, 3 months ago when I started feeding these crows, that I'm doing this for one reason and one reason only. And it wasn't to just have cute little birds to talk with. Oh, new little friends on the farm. I wanted a group of mercenaries, some assassins, a murder, if you will, to do my bidding and to protect my chickens from hawks. And it worked! I told you from the very beginning that I was worried that I would let this get to my head if it worked. Honestly, my biggest fear is that this actually works because I'm absolutely going to let this get to my head. It's hard to explain the feeling. The feeling of wielding the power of the local crow community to defend your property and attack your mortal enemy, the hawk. We've had hawk problems for years. We tried every solution known to man. But to think that my solution is just up in the trees, staring at me. They haven't even touched the trinkets yet. They did that for free. They did that today for the love of the game. They did all that for a little bit of kibble. Now imagine when the bartering system begins. First we started with one crow visitor, then it became 2, and then I had 4 of them attacking a hawk today. Anyway, make sure you're following along for all of the crow updates, and at the end of the day, make sure you're following us for more homesteading tips.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Army of crow, murder of crows out there. Yeah, so that's interesting for the crows. Make them your friends because you definitely don't want to be enemies, is from what I'm hearing.
Did I ever tell you the story when I was down in Georgia for work, and we're at essentially like a junkyard, and I just hear shotgun. I'm like, what the hell is going on out there? The guy's like, oh, damn friggin' hawks out here when, he's going after the chicken coops. And I'm like, why do you have a chicken coop and chickens at a friggin' junkyard? Okay, and then anyways, so you can see him, you go out there and he's shooting at this thing, he ends up hitting the hawk and killing it. Boom. And I jokingly said, I'm like, bring me that hawk's claw. Like just literally just joking, right? And we're sitting there working, another few minutes come by and dude comes back with a friggin' hawk's claw. He put cellophane around where he chopped it off just above the claw itself. And then he burned like some cellophane around where he cut the thing off. And he's like, here you go. And I'm like, I was kidding, right? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, some good old Georgia boys. They were like, yeah, we'll bring you the hawk's paw. Boom. Cleavered that thing off. I did. I kept it for, I don't even know where that thing went, to be honest with you.
Yeah, find it some box later.
Yeah. I definitely would have found it in the last few weeks. That sucker's probably been gone for years. I don't even remember. I remember I brought it home. I may have left it at work or something like that. But yeah, I remember it was pretty funny. And the hawks were going after their chickens. But that's smart, dude.
Yeah, there you go. Train them. Yeah, really expensive bathrooms.
Ooh, so nice. Okay.
What kind of bizarre design is this? This is a swing toilet, but it does require a certain level of aim.
Okay, good night.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Super glad my hotel bathroom has this handy door.
What? That's the.
You ready for me video?
Look at the size of the top. Oh, there's a small elevator.
No plus size.
Yeah, that's some suicide out there. Yeah. Wait. We have to go back here.
What the frick was that?
Oh, that's locked, and then you push the thing open. Okay. That has to be AI.
Okay.
Yeah, that.
Look at this.
Because the
Look at
water's
this.
going
This is our
nowhere.
only walkway.
You gotta open up the oven to open it, right? Boom. Then it's blocked by the oven light. So now you gotta turn the oven light on to open it even further. But now it's blocked by the stove top. So you have to turn this to medium to open it even further. Boom. What do I keep in there? Sponges.
What the hell?
What in
Yeah, looks.
Hey, the door's right size.
In the comments. Goodbye, pocket doll.
Uh-oh, too far away.
Hey, how's it going down there?
What the fuck? What? Wait.
Hey, how's it?
No roof, no ceiling.
Yeah, from above. Yeah, okay.
Going down there.
Oh my god. Room with a view, yeah.
The hell is
Yeah, I don't know about those squatty potty type of things.
Dude, you seen some of these like micro apartments that they have in New York? And they're not cheap either, dude. They're like, people are making like what would be a normal size, take a normal apartment and they're breaking it into like, 4 or 5 different little tiny units and then charging people out the keister for it.
Yeah, I've seen some of those pretty small ones there where it's like 400 to 600 square foot at the most with a kitchen and a bathroom. So yeah, you got pretty much room for a bed and a TV and that's about it.
Yeah, one of them I saw was literally like, it was no more than like 5 foot wide by like 8 foot long, the whole apartment, dude. It was like enough to like open the door and get in and then, have to like move everything around as you're doing everything. And
You see the one with the steel beam that runs through the entire place where they have to like dip under because it sticks down like 4 feet. So you have to like bend over at the waist to get to the other side of the apartment.
Ooh, and yeah, hold on really quickly because this is kind of, we're talking about a couple seconds ago, G-Fonts, we're talking about the Bitcoin there. It says, however, what I noticed prior to this current massive nosedive in the price of Bitcoin, while AI has been around for years, is that Secretary Bessent, quote, claimed that Iranian crypto was frozen by the U.S. Treasury, though. I think he said that publicly just as a ploy, but if they really did, then all of Bitcoin's promise of being independent of government currency control was a lie, which I think it kind of was a lie. Or I don't know if it was a lie or if they figured early on they didn't think people could track it, but they do know now that they can.
Well, that comes back to the whole thought process of Bitcoin, the NSA, the white paper in the early 90s, and they cracked it. They cracked Bitcoin in 93. So it doesn't matter. It depends on what side you're really thinking about. And AI is going to get smart enough to be able to crack Bitcoin. What do we do then?
Hulk, did you know what today is an anniversary of, by the way?
6/6/26. No.
No, that's today. 6/6/26 is today. So what's
yes?
I didn't know. Bree had made it, and I'm overlaying it on my side. It's D-Day.
Oh yeah.
Dun,
That's
dun,
interesting.
dun. June 6th? Was it 47? What was the year on that?
46, I thought, or 44.
Jeez, D-Day. Let's see.
All right, you hang out for a second. I'll be right back.
44, you got it right. Nailed it. 44. The Battle of Normandy. I always get 47 stuck in my head because of Roswell. But yes. I mean, that D-Day, too, when you watch, like, was it Saving Private Ryan that had the awesome one, the awesome entry into D-Day? I think it was. That was, I would probably been shitting my pants. You seen people puking off the side of the friggin' boat. knowing that when you're getting to the friggin', knowing that essentially once you're getting to land that you're going to be basically a sitting duck essentially. And a lot of these guys were killed before they even got off the friggin' boat. As soon as that protective door went down, it was just like da 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 da, and then people even in the water were getting hit. That was a bad one. And he can't let people basically send all these people to die and get maimed for these bankers' wars.
What?
For these damn
we're
banker
talking
wars.
war. All right, what else are we going to get into? Oh, yeah, I thought this was interesting. Some of the photos of the U.S. Air Force VIP secure conference room capsules, a.k.a. silver bullets, have been shown in a tease for a new exhibit for the National Museum of the Air Force. These pallet-sized capsules made from Airstream trailers are used for senior military leaders and cabinet officials on official travel and can be loaded onto any U.S. Air Force cargo aircraft, dude.
That's badass, huh? You going
Yeah,
camping?
I didn't know they existed. I'd like to own one of those. That'd be kind of cool. These are all stainless steel, and so yeah.
It'll be top of the line. Everything inside, I'm sure.
I mean, it's an Airstream, so I mean, it's as much as an Airstream trailer you're going to get. I mean, it's still a trailer. I mean, they did make some diesel products out there, so yeah. 89th Maintenance Group Flying Wing Crew Chiefs. Huh.
Justin
Looks
Hines,
crooked.
Mendoza.
That is just so cool. I don't know. I like that sort of shit. So it's basically a mini Bambi. They're all together. They're all one piece. So like this one's the middle piece, and then the two ends. That's kind of cool. Load the whole thing up there.
Heck yeah.
Oh yeah. So we want to fool the kids, right? You just got to act like it, right?
Going out fire.
He's eating cherry cheesecake, and the kids want some.
You want to try some?
He's just pretending it's really hot.
Then don't eat it. It's very spicy.
Oh. Max, do you want to try? You want to try some?
Kid's like, no.
Let mama. Going out fire.
On fire.
He's what a great actor, Dad. Taking it for the team.
I gotta put that in my repertoire.
Here's this one for you too. Really expensive car. Made out of what?
I mean, is this just a pretty face, or is it a running, driving car?
It's a running, driving car. Thanks for asking. It's a 2,600-pound car, so people talk about, like, how heavy is it, because they think of a giant oak tree, like, that weighs a lot, right? But wood's got a better strength-to-weight ratio than steel and aluminum, so if you can figure out how to do it, you can make a very high-performance structure. So a lightweight car, it's got 650 horsepower, 7-liter V8, 180-degree cross-flow headers, airbag suspension on all four corners, 6-speed manual transmission, all the go-fast stuff's in there.
All right. So obviously the body's made of wood.
Yep.
What's the chassis made of?
Chassis wood as well.
Suspension.
Mostly wood. If we needed metal, we used metal. We didn't wrap a steel pipe in a little piece of wood to hide it. So if you see metal, that's where it is, but that's where it stops. So hard points on the suspension are metal, but most of the A-arms themselves are wood. So that's just one example.
Now, the wheels.
Yep, wood for the wheels as well. The wheels were actually the first kind of project that we took on. This thing ended up being a bunch of little projects that kind of all had to fit together at one at the end. When we finished the wheels, I didn't think there was any way we'd ever finish the rest of the car because the wheels took a long time. Wow. But you got 300 or so pieces in these things. It's rotary cut oak veneer that forms this center section here. This is an aluminum, effectively it's a washer. So it's a clamp plate on the front and back, but there's no metal between here and here. So it's all
just bolts.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the bolts are holding it together.
And this is a 3-piece rim?
It sure is, yep. So you got a aluminum outer shell, aluminum inner shell, but most of your center section is made out of wood there.
Was this made on a CNC machine? Or?
No, I wish I had a CNC machine back then, but we just had to kind of make a bunch of patterns and router.
All handmade?
All handmade, sure was. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's truly a craft, because this one might not match the one back there. There might be a little bit, because it's all handmade.
They're all handmade, that's right.
Wow.
We tried to make molds and patterns and jigs and fixtures wherever we could to kind of get repeatability, but that was it's all hand done.
So I think the most intriguing thing about this.
So entire car made out of wood. If you guys didn't get that, everything in there except from some of the suspension and stuff is made out of wood. Talk about craftsmanship, dude.
That's crazy. Yeah, endless patience.
Wow. A Lamborghini.
A Lamborghini.
That's great. I love that stuff.
Don't show it to the Amish.
Don't show it to the Amish. Sir, you can't park there. Perfect shot. Great, perfect. Awesome. It's fine. It's fine. Your seat turns into a flotation device. You're absolutely good.
All right,
yeah, good job.
Going to jump in. Let's see. Are they going to flash their flashlight at him?
Nope, the person's already getting out. Let's go back to the in-flight video.
Damn. How's the safety features on that car? Apparently lacking a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I ran in by this video. I thought this was extremely interesting.
All right, hold on, stay with me. I put a real-life invisibility shield on my shower, but here's where it gets weird. Plunger, and you can see the plunger, but you can't see me, unless I turn the plunger vertically, because this is a special lens that takes anything standing upright or vertical and makes it invisible. We're gonna put my wife in the shower and do the same thing, and let me show you the secret right now. It's called lenticular lens, and it messes with vertical lines in a very interesting way. So what if instead of using pencils, we used, I don't know, a person, like my wife. So I'm covering my entire shower door with lenticular lens so that anyone taking a shower becomes invisible. All right, we are done. You ready to see this? Yeah. Look what I did. It looks like I've just frosted the glass, okay, but actually I've created the best hide and seek spot in the house. Hop in the shower. Okay, now for this to work perfectly, yes, just like.
So how well do you think this is going to work?
Probably good because he's showing the video.
Let's see. How well do you think it's actually going to work?
You're taking a shower. When I close this door, you are going to disappear. But you're actually, it's not going to feel like anything happens. You're just going to look invisible to all of us. You ready? Okay, here we go. Stand completely erect like that. Perfect. Ready? 1, 2, 3. It looks like the shower is empty, but
weird, huh?
That's pretty that's pretty impressive right there. So I wonder if they use those for the invisibility cloaks or whatever, dude. But yeah, I remember seeing those things from the optical illusion things we used to get out of the Cracker Jack boxes or whatever. What they used to call those with the line type of thing on there, and it'd show like the picture moving. Holographic, not. What do they call those? You remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I don't know what they call it. Dude, but you know what that's really, really screwing me up about this is how the hell are we seeing the lines that are, because once you pull the thing back.
Because they're horizontal. This interferes with vertical lines, not horizontal lines.
All right, but pull it back to the point where he pulls it back and you can see her there. All right, this is what I'm saying. Like, keep going a little bit more, just a little bit. Well, yeah, I think you can see it right there, but essentially what I'm saying is you can see these lines that say like are at her butt and her hand. Those lines continue out. How the hell are we seeing that red line? Because whatever that film is, I don't really care. But you're still seeing the red bar behind her.
So these are a whole bunch of horizontal lines really close together, like those refractors we were talking about. So it's really only refracting the horizontal lines. Since them are all horizontal and none of them run vertical, then it doesn't pick up any of the vertical coloring coming from her body, just the shading of it being a little bit of a shadow and interrupting what it's picking up from the reflected of this red.
but still it's seeing through her. You know what I'm saying? Like whether it's diffracting it, it's like it's making her invisible to it itself and to us because we're seeing the line solidly behind her. That is crazy, dude. That's friggin' beyond wild.
Yeah, exactly. It's magic, folks. Don't worry about it.
I don't get that.
Oh yeah, might as well go stop by the movie theaters for a second here. The Scary Movie came out, so they were selling these.
Yo, you got any more of these in the back?
Any IDs?
It's a fake bong or whatever.
We got this no.
You don't?
No. We don't sell it.
What the fuck?
So I was just showing that because it had some sort of coloring in the front. It was like this little fake bong looking type of thing. So then ran by this over here because He-Man's out and you can go watch Masters of the Universe. Oops. They're probably charging
$50 to $75 for that, you think?
over 100 right here, probably 125. These are put out for the movie in the movie theaters. You could buy all these.
Snack like a hero of Eternia with the Castle Grayskull popcorn container. This fortress of mystery and power can be yours when you see Masters of the Universe.
So you get popcorn out right there. Popcorn comes out. So you get your drink, your popcorn, you get your M&M little collection deal, and then your popcorn drawbridge.
Ooh, Masters of the Universe Castle Grayskull popcorn bucket typically retails at theaters for $60 to $80. Fuck you, dude. Sorry, dude. I have always been the type that like, oh, we're going to the movie theater. Okay, well, heading over to the dollar store or the grocery store, and we're gonna grab some candy, popcorn. Yeah, you get there because that's part of the experience and drinks or whatever. But I always refuse to pay double, triple, quadruple just for some candy or whatever. I was always Reese's Pieces and popcorn.
Yeah, same here. But I always would go to the grocery store and buy it and then bring it in.
Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, either that, the dollar store, or whatever. Or just any place you're not buying it there because it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, expensive, crazy stuff. Yeah, they charge a lot of money. All the stuff for even some of the popcorn buckets they were selling for Avatar with the big dragon thing that holds like a bucket of popcorn was like $80, $90 or something. So yeah, people like to collect some of that stuff. I did not listen to this. I did not officially listen to this. I just happened to cruise by some of the things that were in the conversation here. And it's Florida Man, but in Humboldt County. So let's get into the call.
Paramedic Solomon on board City 1 with a code 2 level 2 correction BLS trauma. I have on board a 58, that's 5'8" male with a chief complaint of a foreign object in his rectum. This has been there since about 2 a.m. last night. It sounds like it's probably a 16-ounce water bottle. He has a history of this. He currently has an ostomy bag from a previous surgery from removing something from his rectum. He is currently
So yeah, they're just giving the history out there. The dude just had surgery on it before.
Hulk, you need to get all personal with us and bring your last 911 call to the show. We need help over the Hulkanator residence again. He's got another water bottle shoved up his ass. This guy doesn't learn his lesson. He's got a freaking colostomy bag. Don't tell my wife I'm
gay. She'll be pissed.
Dude, the worst part of tell me that's not tell me they do that. Please tell me that's fake. Because dude, this dude's he currently has a colostomy bag from a previous surgery from removing something from his rectum. Nearly killed him.
Yeah, exactly. It's on the internet, so it's all for you guys here.
Ooh.
If anybody hasn't been following the missing Legos set that somebody collected out there, and there's law enforcement CEOs lying and all that, here's kind of a breakdown what happened. Have you heard about this, Mr. Spaceshot?
I've heard about the story, and just so you know, Tuesday evening I'll have Ghost and Mike on, and Mike is actually part of his job. He's actually investigating this. So
Interesting.
He said he'll have some interesting information for us on Tuesday on this.
Yeah, basic story breakdown for everybody.
Imagine spending 15 years building the world's largest sealed Star Wars Lego collection with your 83-year-old father. You take it to a national franchise dedicated specifically to buying, selling, and consigning Lego. Then, one day, the corporate parent walks in, takes over the store, and announces that your collection now belongs to them. The new owners refuse to give it back. The police won't help because they say it's a civil matter. The corporate office tells you to sue them, knowing that you can't afford it, and the entire collection slowly disappears, set by set, sold off to other customers while you watch. For about 15 months, this dispute went nowhere publicly. Enter Reckless Ben. Schneider drove 16 hours from Los Angeles with a small crew and a pair of spy camera glasses. He confronted the store manager. He drove to BAM corporate headquarters in Utah and confronted the CEO in person. He recorded everything, and then he ran 5 legal maneuvers in sequence. Schneider registered an Oregon corporation called We Steal From Old People. He created multiple franchisees mirroring BAM's franchise structure. He printed signage that swapped the bricks and minifigs name and physically placed his signage over the actual storefront signage. Schneider walked into the store dressed as a delivery driver, carrying a clipboard. He asked the manager, Amanda, to sign for the delivery, but the document she signed was not a delivery receipt. It was a 10-year contract, barring her from trespassing him from the property, with $5,000 in liquidated damages for every police call she made about him. The Bricks and Minifigs brand is publicly associated in collector communities with the phrase, "We stole a family's life savings." And on the other side of it, you have an 83-year-old man whose life savings have been sold off set by set, while courts and police told his son there was nothing they could do. Institutional legal process failed Brian Mansell. I'll be watching this one. The criminal investigation is pending. The civil suits are pending. The set-aside motions are pending. Schneider is hiding in Mexico. None of this is over. I'll come back to it when something material happens.
You muted.
Yeah, CEO fled the country and is fighting extradition for stealing $200,000 worth of Lego sets and not paying the people back for the actual money. Because the way it normally works is, you collect this much, you can either piece it out or you can go to one of these big places right here and they go, okay, I like your set. I'll give you $200,000 cash for it right now. No, we think it's worth more. Well, if you would like to consign it, sir, we'll keep it here in the store and then we'll sell it off piece by piece, which will generally generate you maybe 20 or 30% more money. Okay, we'll do it that way. And then evidently the corporate came down and took over the location, maybe due to some franchisees issues, and then repossessed everything in the store as payment, including all the Legos, and then lied about it later. When they're like, you got my Legos, I got the thing here. No, we never took it, even though that they knew they were selling off pieces by pieces. So yeah, somebody's going to go to jail over this.
Oh yeah, dude. So dude, this is out of Utah. And so Mike said, he goes, this will be for next week's show. And no doubt it'll be a big hit. He goes, nobody's going to have the intel on this that will drop. He says, laugh my ass off. Never thought I'd be working on a friggin' high value investigation relating to Legos.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'll throw the link for you, because the thing about making the corporation and that whole thing in the middle, I didn't really catch on that they had done that to serve them legal papers and shit. So I don't know. You could ask him about that. Ask him what he thinks, where he's at.
It was kind of like that story we touched on a few weeks ago, or maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, where the guy got the credit card, but he changed the details of the credit card thing, whereas if
mailed it back.
Yeah, and then they just accepted it, and then they started like hitting him up, and so he started suing them, and then he ended up winning because, hey, if the same thing happened in reverse and we signed a copy that we didn't read everything, we'd be liable for it because we signed it, and so were they. So, all right, I'm gonna need 30 seconds to hit the men's room really quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, not a problem. We'll save that one there. Here, we'll skim through this one really quick.
Customer states, my car is dead and I lost my metal key and I only have my key fob. So if you guys can see, just unlock. It wouldn't open. And, this trim or the carbon fiber piece covered the entry for the metal key. However, I removed the cover and and there's no metal key inside.
How do you get in?
How am I supposed to open it and jumpstart it? Because, you know, it's been sitting for a long time. So I got an idea. I lifted up the car and tried to hook up my jumper cables to the alternator under here. So I can just at least give the car 12 volt power. Let me see. It's right there. But unfortunately, I can't really access that 12 volt. So I tried to remove the positive wire to the alternator. I was like, you know what? Let's try something else. And I saw this. This is what you pull on. Let me get closer. This is what you pull on when you're inside the cab.
So that's pretty normal. He's going to pop the hood that way. So now look at the neighborhood we're in, just to kind of get back to this here a second. I mean, kind of a little bit of a normal neighborhood. I don't see anything sticking out too much, but again, it's not that an expensive car, but you know, definitely worth so much to get in here, and he's got to jump the battery itself. So we'll continue on because wait till we get in the inside.
For cables, and my van's running, so I'm gonna go ahead and start the car.
Because it's been sitting there a while.
Kill switch, so we're gonna have to make sure that it's.
We see what's on this steering wheel, guys. We got a club, the steering wheel club, and this bicycle lock, whatever, wrapped around the steering wheel. Oh, this is the super duper edition, dude, because it's got the full on steering wheel racing stuff, carbon fiber. I mean, this might be the creme de la creme of this particular car itself, but damn, dude, we got a bike lock and a freaking this bike thing sticking off, and I don't even know where this thing's connected to stop you from rotating the steering wheel. I mean, where are we at? I mean, this is worse than South Central Los Angeles. They definitely don't want anybody stealing this car. I'm surprised this ain't tied to a house or the light post or something like that, so they can't steal the whole car. Is that crazy or what? Let's see. Let's see if you guys made any comments about that. Oh, and a little bit of a reminder, we're definitely going to be getting to the end. Oh, look, we still got Furry Girl in there. End of the show, we are doing Leave a Song, Vote for a Song, so make sure that you guys get a chance to get out there. Oh, that was my comment out there. Dropback is paying $1.25 billion for the same access per month. And SpaceX, this was Google. Google's going to get in there for $920 million a month. Per month. That's a little over $2 billion being paid to Elon Musk to use his computers. Is that crazy or what? Is that just me? I think that's pretty damn nuts. We're getting to votes. Oh, we got to get over here. See where you guys at. We got 15 hearts. We got 8 on the retweet. We got 14 comments out there. Jamie says, I've been MIA watching tennis, so I don't know to mention this one, but what was this? "12 junkyards have burned in 6 weeks. Also, 700 advanced auto parts stores have closed in the last year," if you're talking about. Well, the big thing that I've seen as of recently with the whole EPA meet with the car guys and sort of things like that, their main thing was to get more repair done inside the United States with extra parts and education, throughput, getting the jobs done. And that's coming up with the administration. They're doing meetings with the car guys next week. So as far as I know, we're increasing that for the repair side inside the United States, and the manufacturers want more repair. Which is good. Make sure you get out here, vote for a song, Danzig, Mother. From 93, Leonard Skinner, white, red, white, and blue. You guys got to get out here, drop a song, leave a song. We need votes out here. We need your help, guys, out here. So we got 3 Steve Miller Band, Abracadabra. We've done that as a beginning intro out there. So I'm going to come out there, drop a song for everybody out there. So go grab this link, drop a link so you can vote for a song, leave a song. Let's get it to Spaceshot side out there for those guys. And out there to Pilled. Hi, Sean Joe. Good to see you. I see you, Dal.
And thank you very mucho. David News Treason dropped out 10 subscriptions to the channel. We appreciate that greatly, my man.
Be quick, 30.
Sure can. Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one. My video froze on the, or not froze, my Rumble video anyways is showing what we were talking about earlier with the UFC. That's going to be a good event. And people kind of hyped it up like, oh, it's going to be awesome. And then people are poo-pooing it, saying that it's going to be, oh, it's not going to be that great of an event. Every one of those fights is going to be a good fight. And like I said, every one of them except for one could headline their own event by themselves. So don't be interesting, 8 p.m. I wonder what they're doing. I'll have to text Dave and Joe, see if they're listening or watching into the show onto the UFC event next Sunday. We'll see what's up with that. But yeah, it'll be tough to play the video other than on Pilled, because I know Rumble will hit up some folks with certain copyrights, and my guess is that UFC would be one of them. And while I'm out there thanking people, let me also thank Sparrow Rose on YouTube. Sent over 5 iced coffees to buy me a coffee. Says, thank you for being on the roundtable every Thursday. I laughed so much yesterday. I also subscribe to your channel. Keep up the great work. America is worth this fight. Yeah, it absolutely is. And I just want that America back. And I don't know that we'll ever get that America back. You know, the 70s and 80s that I grew up in. But something more like that than what we've been dealing with for the last, few years. More Americana, Hulk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Appreciate that. Tracy S. over on Pilled asks, is that car thing did make sense. How to get into the cabin of the car if the fob was dead? The battery of the car was dead. The fob was still working itself. Just to show you this, just really quickly, Mr. Spaceshot here. Guy had a vehicle here. He had to jump it. Guy's been gone for a while. He had to pop the hood and give it power, get inside. The inside of the car, I was really impressed on with the bike lock and the club that's here holding this thing down. So not only do we have the club, but it's the bike lock. See this thing? This yellow thing? Where's this tied to? Is this tied to his house so nobody could drive off with his car or what?
Steering wheel, it's wrapped around there. He might have it so that the steering wheel can't turn, but I think that's what that other red one is for. But then it might be wrapped around his seat or something like that, or the frame of the seat or something like that.
Yeah, I thought it was a whole bunch of fake carbon fiber on the outside, but as soon as I saw the steering wheel with the sports control, tells you the RPM and a whole bunch of colored lights and what gear you have, and it's all carbon fiber. This is the super duper Mustang that somebody's got parked outside that nobody wants to, that he doesn't want somebody to steal. I don't know if I'd leave something expensive like that outside. And then just showing him like earlier, like the neighborhood looks kind of normal unless this is Mexico. And that's a stolen car from the United States, maybe.
Dude, my buddy just bought one of those. It looks very similar to that, but he bought it's a convertible Mustang, and he's like, I think he ended up spending like $40,000 on it or something like that. It's basically a yellow label convertible Saleen, 1 Saleen registered and signed by Steve Saleen. But it looks just like that car right there. It looks no different than that car, but it's a convertible. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I grew up loving Mustangs. Those were my cars. I had the black 85 with T-tops, and then I had a black 92 convertible as well with the white pony rims, or the silver pony rims, which were some of my favorite rims of all time for the Mustangs.
Never owned a Ford. Yeah, here's gaming for you, Mr. Spaceshot, with your problems or whatever. But yeah, you could be this guy.
So guys, this is how you play Tarko. That's my smoker over there, my dog, my car, my trusty old Subaru. And this is my farm. Oh yeah, I haven't showed you my bunker. This is my bunker right here.
Is this Leonidas?
And
I have no
this
idea,
is my
but
property.
Dude out in the middle of nowhere
Solar
playing video
panels
games.
to provide the power for it. I don't know where my goats went. Oh, there they are. Those are my goats, my ducks, my rabbits, And of course, the most important thing about this is to never forget when you're gaming to open a beer.
Yeah, you need to clean that thing, dude. Holy crap. I guess so. It's about the only way I'd see it'd be working, dude. But that's pretty impressive, playing video games in the middle of the forest in some South American country or something. I don't know. I thought that was cool. Speaking about being off grid and just totally oblivious out there, you take a look at this. Yeah, where'd it go?
Oh my God, my dog is stupid. He does not know he's standing on a baby deer.
I just thought that was funny, dude. Her talking about the dog. My dog is just so stupid.
Oh my God, my dog is stupid. He does not know he's standing on a baby deer.
Was the thing hiding?
Yeah, that's what they do. They hide the low and just get low and don't move and lay still. And this one's not listening to the sniffer. What else do we got here? Oh, yeah. Definitely you can't park there. So, yeah, hay bale fell off the truck or whatever. So he's just going to show up and at least pick up one of the bigger parts.
He's going to tip it over and roll it. Not a good thing.
I saw that.
Yeah, don't be on your phone and driving, folks. How do you miss
911?
How do you miss the big giant green tractor in the middle of the road pushing a thing of hay? Unless you're on your phone, not paying attention.
Oh, dude, what kind of airbag system you think that tractor's got? Eesh.
The tractor's fine. It's the freaking the Kia that hit him from behind. Yeah, exactly.
Dude is hurting today because, dude, there's nothing in there. There's no. I don't believe there's airbags, but there's no suspension. Like that dude. Yeah, he gonna have a bad neck and back for quite a while.
Kind of like this guy.
If you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough.
No.
When you get knocked
go,
down,
idiot.
you gotta
Let go.
get back up. I ain't the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I know enough to know. If you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt, Jim.
If you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough.
Why didn't he let go? Was he
I
not
don't
off
know.
The
When you
edge?
get knocked down, you gotta
He
get
made it
back
fell on
up.
the edge there.
Ooh, ow.
I ain't the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I know enough.
Oh, damn.
If you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough.
Definitely you can't park there. What was it? Okay, here's your guess. What's on the other side of this door? What's on the other side of the door?
Washing machine.
Come on, what is it?
Couple having sex. That was a cat.
It's the cat. It just sits there, it sits down. I'm not ready to come out yet, even though the door's open, but I want the door open. Reno Gal says cat. It's
Cats
a cat.
are assholes.
What was this? Oh, yeah.
Picked it though, right?
The cat was brought into the house and it escaped and it went into her purse. They couldn't find it, so they left and went to dinner and then came home and woke up the next morning and she looked in the purse and found the mouse.
Oh, God. And isn't it funny, too, how something so small will scare the crap out of you when you're not expecting it? You know what I mean? Like, even the smallest of things, when you're not expecting them, will be like, holy shit, what the? Oh, I bet you she got quite the surprise that morning or that afternoon or whatever it was.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, racing. More car stuff. You ready?
Uh-oh. Looks like the General B. Whoa. Don't look like you're rough.
look, he's limping, dude.
Yeah, you might not want to set your cars up there that far down the track. Dude, how much power does this thing have to be lifting off? And especially like right here. And then the way it kicked back like that. Wow.
Yeah, thousands. These are all the lineup because this is the return lane from them going down this road that they have in some backyard area.
Is he out yet?
Yeah, you might want to go check on that, dude.
You guys good? We're good. Damn, man.
Oh, damn. Yeah, dude, that's
Upside down. I like the color. Oh, ran by this video. Who's that?
That's Ben Askren. Holy shit. Yeah, that was him 1 year ago. They told him he was going to die. Didn't he have to have a lung transplant or something like that? I think that's why
this is
he has
after it.
Yeah, dude. So
Here.
he was. Oh my
so many physical challenges to deal with. This 5-pound weight, this is actually hard for me to curl, right? And I am where I am right now, but I'm gonna be somewhere different in a month. Right? I'm gonna work my ass off. I'm gonna get better. There's barely anyone in the world that's in low physical condition.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna wrestle. What do you think about that?
I can't believe this.
But it was July 18th, and it was my birthday. I thought something spoke to me and said, I need to wrestle on that. Doing my very best every single day to train and to get in shape, and it's feeling really good, and wrestling with the guys. I mean, not super hard yet, but I'm, doing things. And so I told them yesterday, like, hey, I want to wrestle. May 28th was when I went into the hospital. 28th. June 28th was when I got the transplant. And then to my recollection, July 2nd is when I kind of like came to again.
We're talking essentially a year ago. This is absurd. There had to have been a time where you thought you would never compete in anything, let alone do anything active again, right?
I still question it. I couldn't feed myself. I couldn't stand up. I couldn't do anything. Told my doctor, I said, hey man, I want to go back to my life. I want to go back to doing what I love. Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. That's a year apart.
Wow. And dude, he was, unfortunately for him, more famous before all this stuff happened. Do you remember what he was the recipient of?
Negatory Ghost Rider.
Do you remember that super duper flying knee from Jorge Masvidal, like 6 seconds into the fight, where the dude just
He
ran
took
up?
it to the face.
Yeah, that was him. He was the one that took it to the face from Jorge Masvidal because they planned it the whole week. Because who you're looking at on the screen there is Ben Askren. He's always just mostly a wrestler and didn't have much for striking. So he says, Jorge Masvidal is like, listen, I'm going to go fight this guy, and he's going to want to, sniff my crotch the whole fight. He's going to want to, try to take me down and do this. And so he said, what would a wrestler do if you just started running after them? Like if you just bolted make a beeline right for them. Odds are they're going to dip down to go down to take you down. And he planned that for like weeks before it. So that whole thing was a setup. Like come off really casual, make it look like you did not do much. And then as soon as the bell goes, full forward, just like sprint right after him. And as soon as he did that, Ben did what they think wrestlers would do is, kind of lean his head down to take him down. And he came up with that knee and put him into the friggin' shadow realm for about 3 or 4 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's right, dude. He did go down pretty hard on there.
Oh, he was out cold, like before he hit the ground.
Yeah, I don't know how thrilling this always looks. I don't think there's any accidents. Or wait, yeah, never mind. Here, we'll just go right here and just start right there.
Rolling.
Let's go to the top of the hill and then ride our bikes down the traps and go in this rock.
The brakes on the whole way too. See that back tire's not spinning at all.
Okay.
I mean, they're struggling trying to keep this. Oh no.
Ay, frena, guacho.
Yeah, he's going down.
Acá estoy. Guacho.
Because that's his view. He's coming down. I'd love to see the other side of that.
Ay, frena, guacho.
Oh. Ow.
Dude, think about how much more. Think about how much more that would hurt than just landing on flat concrete. All those like exposed rocks and
F that, bro. That's gonna leave a mark.
The building.
Oh, am I out of order? Comment from UFC here.
One of the most impressive human beings that I've ever met in my life. I mean, you and I talked a little earlier. I like killers. I like Michael Jordan. I like Tyson. You know, I like Carl Icahn and these type of guys. And Mark Zuckerberg might be the biggest killer I've ever met in my life. This guy is, what I love about him is the amount of money and success that he's had has not even slowed him down a bit. It's just more, what's next. And fascinating, there's some stuff going on in here in the UFC that I guarantee you I don't know about right now. There isn't anything that goes on in any of those businesses that he doesn't know about. Not only does he not know what's going on, he knows everybody who's working on everything, and he's always evaluating them and seeing if they're taking everything to the next level. One of the most fascinating, absolute killers that I've ever met in my life.
What do you think about that comment?
I love killers. Well, the dude sure does spend a lot of time around the UFC, and he's been training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for at least a few years now, and he actually does tournaments too. That's the funny thing. You can actually find many videos on YouTube of him participating in various Jiu-Jitsu tournaments, where some he wins, some he loses.
All right. We got more cats. More cat stuff. You ready, guys? As we get to the end, because I think we needed more cat videos for you guys. Hey, that thing's blind. That one is deaf.
Aww.
I'm with my best friend Dan now, camping on the county line, and around the Miller Lite, waiting for the sun to rise.
Yeah, let's get rid of all the copyright-laden video songs. Oh, hairball, dude. We had a weird one, dude. We had a white cat that had one green eye, one blue eye. It was deaf, and dude. My mother, years ago, my mother was given this cat, and somebody had found it in the snow, which was weird enough because it was a white cat that they found in the snow, and essentially the cat's nose was like in the snow, essentially, and she basically rescued it back to health. But throughout its whole life, this cat had like the nastiest like sinus infection, dude. And like once every couple of days, it would be like, dude, do this nasty sneeze, and this nasty, gross loogie would come out of this cat. I've never seen anything like it in my life. Ugh. It couldn't fix it. Irving. Christmas. Just dead. That's hilarious. Like, I can't move my arms. The kayak? What? The kayak? These people stupid. That's awesome. It's E.T. Oh my word. We have to do dog segments too. Smart. Found the glitch. What's it called? The Eliminator. He almost takes his friggin' head off. Oh shit.
Really rocky granite area, and we're gonna aim for something. Wheezy girl, I was thinking the same thing on this video. Why? Right here. Why? Not last video. This video.
Why?
All right.
Why not? Where are the pins?
Oh! All right.
I think this is first throw, maybe.
You hear it like tink, 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 tink.
Oh!
They just made toothpicks out of this thing.
What else do we got over here? Oh, here's some Taekwondo stuff for you. The whole killer idea.
Their head kicked off.
In slow motion, just so you get it all down. Because I was like, actually, that's pretty badass, dude.
Oh, this guy's vicious, yeah. Night, night.
Damn. And that whole scenario is probably less than 2 seconds.
Yeah, that was super, super duper slow-mo. That's badass.
Yes,
That's some dexterity to do that, dude.
Oh, hey, you remember this girl right here? That big fat girl? Remember her? Jabba the Hutt girl?
Is her nickname something the Destroyer or something like that?
Yeah, here, ran in by this video.
You know she has a dick, right?
You're lying.
I swear to God, she has a dick.
God forbid. No.
No, she has a cock.
We gotta talk.
Me and you?
Yeah, we gotta talk.
That's a tranny. I had no idea.
And I kiss on the cheek.
You kissed a tranny on the cheek?
I didn't know.
Anyways, reality type thing. Yeah, the one that looked like Jabba the Hutt ended up being a transgender female, whatever. Yeah, so yeah, stay away from that one. A little piggly wiggly there.
The Destroyer or something like that? What was her name? Gorlock, the Destroyer. That's the name, dude. Gorlock.
That's
moniker
right.
For Ali C. Lopez, known as Al Weezy, online personality and trans woman who gained fame after appearing on dating and interview podcasts like whatever. She became the subject of widespread memes and massive internet interest due to her bold, polarizing statements in her online persona. Her. Gorlock.
Gorlock the Destroyer. Yeah, all right, let's keep going. Oh yeah, here. Everything about nuclear and radioactivity and all that. Found this interesting.
In 1978, Intel reported some strange errors popping up in their 16 kilobit dynamic random access memory, or DRAM. Ones would spontaneously flip to zeros with no apparent cause. The problem turned out to be the ceramic packaging the chip was encased in. With the demand for semiconductor packaging skyrocketing in the 1970s, a new manufacturing plant was constructed on the Green River in Colorado. Unfortunately, this site happened to be just downstream of an old uranium mill. Radioactive atoms made their way into the river and then into the ceramic packaging for Intel's microchips. Intel scientists investigating the problem found that even trace amounts of uranium and thorium in the ceramic were sufficient to cause problems. In their DRAM, memory was stored as the presence or absence of electrons in a semiconductor well. The alpha particles emitted by uranium and thorium were energetic and ionizing enough to create electron-hole pairs in the silicon. If an alpha particle struck in just the right place, it could create a large number of free charge carriers, causing electrons to accumulate in the well, flipping a 1 to a 0. This is known as a single event upset, a type of soft error. The error is soft because the device hasn't been damaged. The bit has changed, but you could erase it and rewrite it with no problems. investigators exposed the chips to alpha emitters with different levels of activity. And just as you'd expect, they found the number of bit flips directly correlated with the number of alpha particles the chip had been exposed to. The reason this problem was identified in the 1970s was because chip components had been miniaturized to the point where a single alpha particle could produce enough charge to flip a bit. Immediately, these findings attracted a lot of attention. Before the paper was published, it was widely circulated in the industry. And as a result, chip manufacturers were a lot more careful to avoid radioactive materials when producing their microchips and packaging.
Space mute.
Yeah, space mute. The short side of that thing there is that the water from the plant that they were using was contaminating the water that had extra uranium in there. So when they were producing the chips in the manufacturing process, some of that uranium got left over in the manufacturing process. So randomly, as the computer is being on and operated, it would change some of the programming code a little bit, and it would have errors, and they didn't know what it was. And they went all the way back to realize that it was from the water that they were actually making some of the chips out of. It was contaminating the ceramic and giving it a soft error, which I also found, because I remember this, in 1945, Kodak's X-ray film started fogging with mysterious black dots. They traced it to radioactive fallout from the Trinity atomic test contaminating the river water used to make their cardboard packaging out of corn husks picked up the 141. Yeah, Cerium-141. Kodak basically discovered the secret deuce test before the public knew, which they were required to keep quiet, and the U.S. government told them where they can find a different source for their particular product to avoid that issue with their film, which I find interesting. So it's all about alpha and beta particles causing glitches in the system.
That's crazy. Hey, any of you other guys and gals out there have this issue? I'm going to try to get away from my microphone so that way you don't have to hear it as loud. But you know if you guys have this issue. Caleb! Get your ass in the shower! Anybody else have this issue where you have to constantly remind your teenager, like, oh yeah, you need to shower daily?
Don't make me strap you to the bumper of the car. We're going through the drive-through of the car wash.
Freaking word, dude. Like, come on. Ain't the 60s, bro.
Hey, you ever been to a Denny's?
Yeah, oh yeah.
You ever heard of Denny's?
Absolutely. Abso-freaking-tively.
Did you know that they started out as a donut manufacturer?
I did not. Is that what it was?
Neither did I. Until I found the video about Winchell's.
Hey, Evan, where are we eating? Winchell's Donuts, LA classic. Let's go.
Hope the audio gets better.
That's his microphone wasn't picking it up.
Maple bar was my go-to, and believe it or not, the classic sprinkles. Every Friday, my dad would take me to Winchell's. Hello, how are you? May I please get a maple bar and a sprinkle cake donut? Vern Winchell in 1948. He was a jukebox salesman. He was a used car salesman, and he wanted to open a hamburger stand. But there were too many hamburger stands opening up at the time. I think it was a childhood friend told him there was a large profit margin in donuts. So he's like, all right, I'll open a donut house. In Temple City, 1948, opened his first donut house, and it did well. He was making fresh donuts. He invented what was called the Winchell's Dozen, where he would give you 14 donuts for the price of 12. So he expanded to Southgate, to Huntington Park. But it was when he opened his location in Redondo Beach that things changed, where he, opened it where people could see the bakers making the fresh donuts, which at the time was like revolutionary. People were intrigued. But maybe more importantly, adjacent to the donut window where people were looking in, he had what was called a coffee room. And now this essentially what we're in right here, you know, we're sitting down eating donuts. It's a big coffee room where people would chill and eat donuts and drink coffee. That's when Winchell's took off and started really expanding. 20 a year, 30 a year. Before you knew it, they had 360 locations. They merged with Denny's in 1968. Denny's actually started as a donut shop. It was Danny's Donuts. Wait, Denny's started as a donut shop. But Winchell's was bigger than Denny's in 1968, and Vern Winchell actually became the CEO of the combined organization. So it's Winchell's and Denny's, and Winchell's was the biggest donut purveyor on the West Coast. They soon expanded to 1,000 locations in the 70s and the 80s. But then all of a sudden, the donut competition got fierce. Ted Noy, the new donut king, started opening independent donut shops all throughout LA and Southern California. The pink box kind of replaced the Winchell's dozen. By 1990, they were sold to Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut bought Winchell's because Domino's was dominating the pizza business. So they bought all the Winchell's with the idea that they were going to convert them all into Pizza Huts. Now, obviously that would have been a lot of Pizza Huts, so they started siphoning them off to Yum Yum Donuts. And Yum Yum Donuts bought the preponderance of what was left of Winchell's. And now to this day, there are only 70-something Winchell's left, down from a high of what was formerly 1,000.
I've gone to a Yum Yum Donuts.
Yeah.
It does not taste yum.
Look, Winchell's has their proprietary recipe, and I can't speak on behalf of corporate Yum Yum Donuts, but I know that a Winchell's donut is a special donut.
Do you ever dunk a donut?
Absolutely.
All right, so the rest of it's just fluff after that. I just thought that was cool.
Yeah, the audio on that guy, I guess it wasn't picking up his microphone, but it was picking up the camera guy's audio, so it was like distant. I asked people, and I put in a pinned comment what their favorite donut was. How about you, Hulk?
Right there on the right there. I go for that one right there. Regular old sprinkle. It's got to be good icing on the top. It can't be. I can't do like a cake donut. Like if you go to the grocery store, because they bake them, you have to be fried. And you can't use cake frosting on it. You got to actually use an actual glaze on top of the donut, because the ones at the grocery store suck.
Yeah, Darling USA says chocolate glaze for me. Linny Lou, Boston cream. J9, chocolate long john stuffed with custard. Mystery Rob, Denny's after clubbing all night for fries, coffee, and cigarettes. Yeah, right. Let me see. Chocolate glazed or regular glazed for good news. Denny's bought Sambo's. AB5250 or 502 says my grandma homemade donuts. I was always a big I like the, like you said, the one on the right, but with the chocolate frosting on top.
I can't do chocolate like that. No.
Or the regular chocolate glazed, so chocolate with no extra chocolate on top. Or Dunkin' Donuts. Was it Dunkin' Donuts? I think it was Dunkin' Donuts, or the other one around here used to make blueberry cake donuts. Oh, that was so good to dip into your coffee.
Yeah, I'll go for the rainbow sprinkle, and then probably a jelly filled, and then probably like an old fashioned type of thing, or a buttermilk or something. Those things are always good. I do like the Walmart sells these really cheap little what do they call them? Cinnamon coffee cakes. Those are pretty good too.
Ooh, yeah, I like those too. Rochelle P, Boston cream. Mystery Rob says Krispy Kreme. I was never a big Krispy Kreme fan. Northwind chocolate covered black coffee.
I think they're a little overpriced.
Motor on Cinnabon. Yeah, they are definitely a little overpriced. But Wheezy says glaze is the best. Zed Saskatchewan says love a Bismarck jam in center and frosting. Linny Lou
What's
says,
that line?
Blueberry cake.
In that movie, you ever wake up and your face feels like a glazed donut?
Oh. The blueberry cake was very, very yummy. I like those. But yeah, I haven't had a donut in quite a while. That's bad for you stuff. That's bad for you food stuff, Hulk.
It's fine. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Much better.
Let's see what you guys all voted on, because I think I'm out. Out of stuff at 3 hours, 15 minutes.
I'm all out. Let me see.
I'm behind on the show, and this is me asking questions in the Telegram chat.
Costco-sized shampoo bottle stuck up his butt. This is his first day on the job. Pathology department where it says objects end up after removal. I can say this 100% fact. Yeah, I mean, Yeah.
Yeah. Again, my family member I talked to a long time, I asked them and they said all the normal stuff. And I go, what's the worst one? He's when they brought the gay guy in face down with the part of the door because the doorknob was stuck in his butt. So the fire department cut the door around the doorknob and took him face down with the knob and the door, everything assembled together to the hospital. So they pulled over the sheet and there's the other knob looking facing up and part of the wood door because it's the big heavy doors from like the office buildings, not no easily house one out there, nothing like that.
Yeah, the door handle. Let me put the door handle up there. That'll be a good one. Dude,
Exactly.
what are people thinking, dude? What are you thinking? Yeah, guys, put your vote in. I'll drop a link again in a second to the old Chatterooski here, and go put your votes in so we can get some Dominion voting going here.
One for never been any reason. Chicago hot, red hot, doing East Coast 1975 hit Glint. Okay. 2018. Okay, so that's Leonard Skinner for 7. It's probably going to win already. I don't even know why I keep going down. Some Mother from Danzig. And again, for like these, so here, I'll just show you what you got to do right here. So what we do is we're going to grab your what you wrote right here. I'm going to go to YouTube, bitch. As long as you're all paying attention right here. I'm going to paste what you wrote right here. We don't want reaction.
God bless the USA.
So then, like, we'll grab this song right here. So it's going to populate and play. Here's the important part. We're going to go to the share button right here. We don't want to grab this link up here. No, that's bad link. We go to here. We share. We copy this. And then we're going to go right back to you right here. And then I'm just going to paste this. And hit reply. And now there's your song right below yours. So you're pretty close on the way you got to get it in there. So we appreciate you participation out there. And Danzig, what else do we got down here? Anybody out here? Queensryche Empire out there. See instructions above. If you ever see my face again, C1248 playing the song. Never heard of that person. TikTok, Randall S. Crow. We're not playing any TikToks, period. I don't have TikTok on this computer. We will not be touching those links. Tool, 42624 for a single. Free Spirit by Randall Crow. Okay, got it fixed there. That's you, Randall Crow. For a single out there. Disturb the Light official music video out there. Fraternity of Men Don't Bogart That Joint. I remember that song. 4 for the Steve Miller Band, Abracadabra, and it's pretty much going to be the winning deciding vote up here at the top. Out here, Leonard Skinner. Let's get this thing up and running out there. And it looks like it's going to be the cover from a recent one. So any thank yous, anything you should cycle through, sir, out there? I was going to cycle through mine over there on the pilled side. We got Moon Baby 0437 gifted the cookie. Says, what up, fam? A Punk Q a Rocker for Q. Donated 325 gold pills. No thanks, Joe. Gifted the cookie. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Good Titan. Good Saturday to you. God bless you. Continued hard work. Have a great weekend and God bless it. Be safe. Willie Break It gifted the cookie. It says, hey, TOT, why is our dog habitually missing? He's MIA for a little while, being on a break itself. Sanjo gifted the can and a cookie. And yep, we got them all over there on that side. Just when we go check the studio side.
He's writing a book,
we are good. Yes.
Mr. Ardoc said he's writing going to be very, of course, if it's going to be Ardoc, it's going to be very, he's writing a book too. Oh, God.
Yes. Krispy Kreme in Australia, $18 for 4. What the F kind of deal is the price of the donuts have been going up because it's damn near $20 for a damn dozen or sometimes more, depending if you're going to one of the high dollar places out there. It's outrageous. I'm telling you, outrageous for donuts.
That's ridiculous, dude. For a dozen, $20?
Yeah, they're getting up there. Depends what you go to. because they're going to be what, $2.50, $2.20 a piece. Yeah, just crazy stuff out there.
It's beyond bananas, dude. That is, things are getting crazy.
I'm going to
And
release
again,
the gold pills.
We don't make the gas prices. That's all done. And then, of course, they're going to keep pushing back against President Trump, and that's why they tried their little crap in Congress this week, because, he's doing exactly what the deep state wants and exactly what BB wants, you crazy son of a bitch. I thought that was hilarious.
Some think that. Yeah, exactly. What are you effing doing? The supposed phone call leaking out from Axios. We'll see.
Everybody hates you. Everybody can't stand Israel because of this. It's like, and then, dude, I guess on the other day he confirmed that he did. Trump confirmed it, supposedly, according to Reuters, anyway. So I thought that was funny. Absolutely.
All right. Anything else you got to throw out, sir?
No, I absolutely did. Thanked everybody that's on there, and of course, we do appreciate each and every one of you wonderful world patriots for tuning in out there. And until that next one, tomorrow, 1 p.m., thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Peace.
Much love. Be good humans.
Just like you. My hair's turning white. My neck's always been red. My collar's still blue. We've always been here, just trying to sing the truth to you. Guess you could say we've always been. Just get your hell out. My
something special is happening in here. That's right, it's brackets and jackets, bringing it back, but brackets and jackets, special Epstein Island edition. That's right, folks, Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein, the man with the island, which is suspiciously close to Haiti. That's right. You see, this man, Jeffrey Epstein, is funding lots of people. He's funding lots of people on the street to make sure his shit doesn't get out. That's right. They want the record sealed. And they're paying a lot of people. Epstein's paying a lot of people. Oh boy. For one, he's got a whole Mossad media matrix in America. And I would bet you anything that Alex Jones is one of them. Prove me wrong. That's right, Cappy's in the portal. Cappy's in the portal. Cappy's in the building with songs about Epstein. It's Breakfast Jacket's Epstein edition. Guys, I had some epiphanies today. I had some real big epiphanies about some guys. A big network of guys and spies and lies and liars. All right, think about this for a minute, okay? The guy in Portland, the scientist that just got busted for producing CP, that guy is 1 degree of separation away from Epstein. Epstein, the investor that lives in West Palm Beach, Florida. I know a guy who lives in West Palm Beach, Florida as well. Investor as well. Also involved as well. And all is not well with these guys. The Florida boys, the Glow boys, the Scott Israels of the world. You see, Epstein is Hillary Clinton. And Epstein is Haiti. And Epstein is a big network of media assets. By the way, did you know that Steve Bannon was going to that guy for money? Also, Epstein is Epstein Oprah. Epstein is Chris Tucker. You remember him. Epstein is also Kevin Spacey. Epstein is also Prince Andrew. Epstein is also... Who else is Epstein? Who else is Epstein? Tell me. You guys know? Who else is Epstein? Is Epstein Big Pharma? Is Epstein Brian Singer? Is Epstein Naomi Campbell? Yep, all of the above. All of the above. Who is Epstein? Epstein is the keystone of a whole motherfucking matrix. And once you pull it out, it all falls down. Dersh was there too. That's right, we're dropping red pills every day. Dropping red pills in the best kind of way. This is brackets and jackets for the denizens of islands.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's see if we can stick around for another one. And I'm gonna do a Kids Guide commercial if I'm able to, and then I'll play another one. No, ineligible to perform campaigns or may no longer be available. We're gonna play one more outro video for you fine patriots out there. Whether we do this, oh wait, it just disappeared. The Kids Guide or not? Let's see. Nope. We're not going to do it. We're going to do one more video outro on the way out of here, guys and gals. And I will see you live at 1 p.m. Eastern Sunday with Mr. Matrix Codebreaker. And let's see which other one won't give me crap. Unfortunately, guys, I think I'm going to have to shut down the YouTube side. You guys want to see the full show over there? You guys can go over to Pilled, of course, and over to Rumble, but unfortunately they don't allow us to do certain videos because they give us copyright violations. So I'm going to play a short little outro that can be played here for you guys on YouTube, and then the folks that are on Rumble will get to see the other video. Sorry I have to do this, guys, but unfortunately on YouTube they will give us issues. So bye-bye for YouTube for now, and Rumble, sit tight for a second. Peace out. Okay, now that YouTube is gone, let's see.